It's time for the Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Now, William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
It's live high school football on Lake TV. I'm William Holtz, joined by Mike Bissell here in Eldon, where the Mustangs are going to play host to their old rival, not so old, but the Versailles Tigers just down the road from Highway 5. So we're going to have high school football, and it's your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. And Mike, two schools that you're very familiar with over the years, and they've played a lot of times, but they've played a lot of football.
They played a lot of football as conference foes. Now they've split and went separate ways. And maybe this year going separate ways in another sense of the matter, too. It's been an odd situation in Versailles. They're going to be well coached. They're going to play hard. the kids are going to really work hard, but it's going to be tough for several different reasons for them. Eldon looked very sharp in their opening win against Fulton last week, and we'll see how things shake out tonight.
We'll talk about all that and a whole lot more. Plus, we're going to talk with both head coaches and some players that we know will make a pretty big impact on tonight's game. That and a whole lot more when we return to tonight's Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Back here in Eldon, Missouri on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show, it's the Versailles Tigers and the Eldon Mustangs. And Mike, first we're going to talk about the visitors. Versailles, you talked about interesting circumstances, and to say the least. So they come in 0-1 after a rough start down at Knobnoster. But for me, the attention is they got a new head coach, and it was not long before the season that Dusty Daniels stepped up and decided to take the job.
Head baseball coach as well, and Dusty, of course, a graduate of Versailles. As a matter of fact, the entire coaching staff are graduates of Versailles. Nothing wrong with a little nepotism, as long as you keep it in the family, I guess, something like that. Yeah, they lost to Knobnoster last week by a score of 40-0. It's an odd situation. We're just going to touch on this. We don't really know much in the way of details, but there was a mistake made in the reporting to Misha on their enrollment. There were kids who were in junior high. There were kids who have dropped out of school, were included in the totals, and that bounced them up into Class 3 with Blair. A very difficult situation. They have appealed to Misha. That's been denied for this year. Hopefully, though, the winter and spring sports will get back into the classification where Versailles belongs. But it's going to be a tough season for the Tigers.
Yeah, and when I saw that, I immediately think, when your program is where Versailles is at, with a lot of young guys that are out, freshmen and sophomore, man, you know that these kids can compete, and you're excited to see them get time at the varsity level. But when you're playing schools that Versailles is playing on this schedule, it just makes it tough. When you look at a school like Blair Oaks, for instance, they're in the same district as, that's where some of those concerns come. And so we don't want to say too much, as Mike alluded to. We don't know a whole lot, but in hearing some of that, I did see a letter from the superintendent from the district of Versailles, and so we hope the best for them. But football will be played nonetheless, and for the Tigers, they got their work cut out for them here tonight in Eldon.
But again, a good coaching staff, and they're going to work hard with the kids and try to be as positive as they possibly can. I do want to go just a little bit off topic for just a second. I think of people how they treat me, how they act toward me, and I think that's the only way you can do it. I don't know what the situation was with Chad Holt. I don't know. I don't care. It's none of my business. But he always, and I know he didn't like to do interviews, but he was always there. He was always helpful. Any questions I had, he was always there for me. And Chad, I wish nothing but the best for him. I hope things get going in the right direction for him.
And I rival that as well, Mike. Absolutely. We loved Chad and loved working with him.
Right.
So, but without Chad, it is Dusty Daniels who steps up. And as you alluded to, he's from here. And so we got an opportunity to talk with Dusty just a little bit ago. First-year head coach Dusty Daniels. Coach, the Versailles Tigers, Eldon Mustangs, rivalry renewed. And I know, man, you got some really good young players that are excited for an opportunity to get going tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of young players, actually. We got a little injury-ridden that first week, so we got a lot of sophomores stepping up, which in a varsity game, you want juniors and seniors. But these sophomores I'm really proud of because they picked it up in practice, and they know the job ahead of them.
All right, Coach, I know the circumstances have not necessarily been ideal, but Dusty Daniels, a great player here. You went to school here. You've been an assistant on the football side, the baseball coach. head football coach of the Versailles Tigers. You probably haven't been asked yet. Well, not on TV. How's it feel, man?
It's exciting, man. I'm excited to be a part of this group. My assistants are all from Versailles. I coach 2 of them, so I'm the old man on staff. One of our assistants, Coach Lassalle and Coach Vansel. So it's just very prideful to be here back in Versailles where you suited up and just having these kids buy into what you're doing because they know you're there for them. And that's what I'm excited about.
All right, now I know there's a lot going on, but you got some guys, man, Fletcher Bias, you got Reece Murdoch, you got Dobbins. I mean, you got some guys that have been here before. What do you guys have to do to get a W here tonight at Eldon?
We are going to have to really improve on our tackling. I don't know if you watched week 1, but we did not tackle well, so that's what we focused on in this week. And it's hard live tackling with the injuries we have, but we got to contain Eldon's speed. They got their all-state track team out. They're spreading it out. You're not seeing wing 10 anymore, and they're getting to the sidelines. They're fast, so we're going to have to be able to tackle well tonight.
Hey, that is first-year head coach. He's been here for a long time. Super excited to see you still in the black and gold.
Thanks,
Dusty
man.
Daniels, Versailles Tigers. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
Back here in Eldon, Missouri, where it's our game of the week as you look at Eldon. What a field they've got here, and the band is playing, the home crowd out, and it's not their home opener. They were here a week ago as they opened against the Fulton Hornets, and boy, they put it on them, didn't they?
Yeah, you know, Fulton's been down a little bit for a few years, which is odd because that's a city that's had some really outstanding athletes in the past. But Coach felt that they had improved a lot from games film, I'm sure, that he had watched from last year. He felt that they had improved a lot, but Eldon, impressive in a lot of different fashions in that game and that win over Fulton last Friday night.
Yeah, and as we look around the lake area, we were in Osage a week ago for the home opener against Bolivar in what was a scoreless first quarter. Osage ended up beating Bolivar 35-0, so you saw Eldon win big in week 1. Osage win big. We told you Versailles struggled out of the gate week 1, and then our other local school we have, Camdenton, they went to Jeff City. Right. That was a score that kind of surprised me. Did that turn any heads in your house?
Well, I'm the only one in the house, so for the moment, that's going to change soon. But anyway, yeah, it did. But we're still a program. There was a time, and it hasn't been that terribly long ago, when Jefferson City had the record for consecutive wins in the state. I think that's since been surpassed by Platte South. And they were the biggest school in the state. But now with Cap City there, it's downgraded a little bit. But that was still surprising. Any way you look at it, okay, did he juxtapose the numbers there by any chance? But no, good win for the Lakers to get started. We'll see them next Friday.
And we're excited about Lake Area High School football, and I know everyone across the state of Missouri. Football season's officially here, and around the state, Missouri football has been really good, not just college, but my goodness, the Chiefs, I know you had a long night last night. The Chiefs got off to a good start, so I think it bodes well when you have high school football, college football, and professional football doing well in the same area. And I mean, here around the lake, there's been a lot to be happy about the last few years.
Yeah, everybody's a Chiefs fan these days, the last 4 or 5 years.
I'll say everybody.
I just asked people, where were you the year? I missed one game the year they qualified for the #1 overall pick. So, and they took Fisher out of Central Michigan or whatever. But yeah, it's great to see that kind of support. Man, was there a crowd there last night?
No doubt. So when we talk about Versailles, we got to touch on Reece Murdoch. It's hard to believe he's already in his senior year because he started as a freshman. And if you'll remember, over 100 receptions, 11 touchdowns his freshman season. I mean, just an incredible athlete. And Versailles had been down, and you saw a little resurgence in the new conference with Warren Sites. But one constant the last 4 years, counting this year, has been Reece Murdoch. And for the Versailles Tigers, they're going to look his way a lot. And if they're going to have a chance to take tonight's game, they're going to need him to have a big game.
Yeah, you got to be creative in ways to get him the ball. He's athlete who can go up and just take the ball away from defenders, and he's also the type of athlete who can, if he gets a little crease someplace, he can go all the way.
Yeah, and what's impressive is a lot of these guys, the high school level, now, I never won any award, not even for the team, let alone conference, district, state. You know how they have those. He won it as a receiver and the first team as a cornerback last year. So Versailles. Now we shift our focus to the home team. Eldon, also under first-year head coach Nick Griffin, and I think that a lot of people like him, and you were telling me they've got reason to.
Yeah, just straight up look you right in the eye and tell you what he thinks. He is from Nixa originally. Went to William Jewell up in Liberty, Missouri. I didn't really understand this part. He told me he'd been injured, then he transferred to Missouri State, and he's coached down around where he's from. And by the way, his parents watching in Florida tonight. He didn't tell me to say that, but I did anyway. Yeah, seems like a straight-up good guy, and he's got a good staff around him too, and got numbers out. I mean, that's a key, William. If you've got numbers out, you've got something you can work with, not only this year, but in coming seasons. But if you're just playing all your kids both ways, they get worn down by the end of the season, and then you start playing really good teams in district, or if you get past a district, yeah, it's tough to play with out of platoon situation.
Speaking of first-year head coach Nick Griffin, I got a chance to catch up with him just a few minutes ago. Eldon head coach Nick Griffin, and coach, year one, fast start here at home last week. Got to tell you, you guys looked pretty good a week ago.
Thank you. We appreciate that. The kids have been working hard. They're having fun. That's what it's all about.
All right, so you guys get off to a fast start, but I know the mentality. It's on to the next one, and so you got the Versailles Tigers. What do you guys have to do tonight to make sure you get a W?
Well, we got to take care of the football first and foremost. We had too many turnovers last week, too many penalties also. If we do those things and just execute a little bit better each time, we'll be on the right track.
All right, so looking a week ago, for you guys, you put quite a few points on the board. What do you think you guys did well offensively?
We ran the football extremely well. Our offensive line made some big holes. We were average like 7 yards a rush, I think, had 340 yards of rushing. We were able to do pretty much whatever we wanted, all because of those big guys up front.
All right, so when you look at your opponent, the Versailles Tigers, anything they do that you guys are really keying in on?
You know, they got some athletes, so we got to keep those guys contained. And again, focus on us. We got to take care of the football.
All right, that's Eldon head coach Nick Griffin. Coach, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
The lake area was stunned last weekend when Osage Beach police officer Felicia Carson was tragically killed on Saturday, August 31st. She was just 33 years old and had been on the force since June of 2023. She was kind and compassionate, who possessed a true servant's heart, and she leaves behind her husband and 6 children, along with a legacy that will last a lifetime. We here at Lake TV join in mourning the Carson family, the many friends, the entire Osage Beach Police Department, and all of our brothers and sisters in blue and the entire Lake of the Ozarks community. It's moments like this that remind us of how precious life is, to forget our differences and divides as we honor and pay our respects to this amazing life lived, and it also reminds us of how truly special our community is. I now ask that you all join us in a moment of silence as we celebrate, as we honor, as we remember the truly amazing Felicia Faye Carson. And thank you guys for joining us as we pay honor and remember the life of Osage Beach police officer Felicia Carson. Now, as we return our attention to here in Eldon, you've got the 1-0 Eldon Mustangs, and we told you 35-7 a week ago, Mike, and they scored a lot, and it's two guys that we want to key in on because you're familiar with them, but they're our spotlight players of the game, and it's both of the Beanlands. Now they're cousins. One's a senior and one's a junior, but Andrew Beanland, he's the running back, the senior, and Evan, he'll play quarterback. I guess both seniors. Are they both seniors, or I'm sorry?
I have to check.
Well, I thought one was a junior and one was a senior.
The quarterback's a junior, and the running back, Andrew, is a senior.
So I apologize. Yeah, it's the quarterback. But the Beanland name, the last couple of years, anytime you're wondering who scored for Eldon, who's got the ball, you just got to say Beanland with the touch or the grab or the score, and you're going to be right a lot of the time. And that's true again this year for the Mustangs, and they had a great week a week ago.
They did. I got a chance to go from where I live, which is over toward Climax Springs. Warsaw is pretty close to me. And so I went over there to watch Warsaw and Versailles in that jamboree. One of the things I think they really do well with the jamborees is the coaches are able to be out on the field, and they're not just calling the plays. They're also explaining things. And the one thing I think you have to remember about Evan Beanland, Hunter Hess was the starting quarterback here for 4 years, so nobody else was really seeing the field as a starting quarterback. And Evan's kind of learning on the go. And that was one thing that really impressed me about Coach Griffin. There was a couple plays where Evan's footwork was just not great, and the ball kind of floated on him, like Patrick's interception last night. So he was there. He was pulling him aside, showing him the footwork, get back on that back foot, step through the throw. It was impressive, and he's such a good athlete. You're going to see his growth as a quarterback as the season goes along.
And I do believe we're going to have the Pride of the Mustangs marching band perform tonight's national anthem.
We begin this evening's performance with the classic march, Races to the Floor.
I stand corrected. So we'll keep our pregame show rolling. Now the band is playing. We don't want to miss the national anthem, but for Eldon, so you've got the Beanlands, but man, I'm telling you what, one thing that the tradition has become here in Eldon is they're tough. They're physical down in the trenches, and that's true again this year. And when we talked with Coach Griffin, he goes, hey, the two things we got to do, we got to limit the turnovers, and we got to win the point of attack, because last week they ran the ball all over the place against Fulton. He said they averaged over 7 yards a tout. If you can do that, you're going to have a lot of success.
340 yards rushing, that's going to be tough to beat. One thing we saw that is so graphic, you hear cliches in every walk of life. Sports is nothing but cliches, but how many times have you heard, oh, those penalties and turnovers will kill you? Well, you look at the numbers from scrimmage for the Bolivar and School of the Osage game we had last Friday night. There was like less than 20 yards difference. Osage won 35-0. They were +2 in turnovers, and the one turnover that Osage had really was, the game was well decided when that happened. And Bolivar had 14 penalties to 3 for School of the Osage. So mental mistakes are almost as big as physical mistakes as well. You saw that with Baltimore last night, not lining up correctly so many times.
Yeah, and that's something that any team, especially if you come in and you feel like, hey, we might have a slight disadvantage, or we might be the underdog, is, hey, well, let's be the team that commits the fewest penalties, and let's be the team that gets those couple of 50-50 balls, right? And if we do those things better, hey, you never know. And so there's a lot to be said for that. And we'll take our last commercial break from here in Eldon, just about 8.5 minutes away from your game of the week here on Lake TV, presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. It's the Eldon Mustangs playing host to the Versailles Tigers.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
You are invited to join Sir Dyke Yamaha for the annual Ride for Freedom. Join us as we honor the memory of 9/11 and thank Lake Area first responders, police, and military with a 150-mile boat and PWC ride to Truman Dam and back on Sunday, September 8th. We'll provide the rigs for military first responders and police. All donations go to local police and military charities. Ride for Freedom info and registration at SirDykeYamaha.com. We'll see you at the Sir Dyke Yamaha Ride for Freedom.
Back here in Eldon, Missouri, just about 5 or 6 minutes away from kickoff. Now, I apologize, I lied. I said we're not going to let you miss the national anthem, and I'm terrible at timing that. I'm glad that there's not like an official stat cap on how well I do at timing the national anthem over these last 11 or 12 years.
So you'd be a little under average, would you say? Hey, I went through this for years. Hey, what time we doing the national anthem? And it never works out that way. There's always some kind of miscommunication someplace. No big deal.
I just think I'm
the
bad.
Mustang marching band. They're pretty good. That's the only thing we're really missing here.
Oh, they always have been too. I remember back under Mr. Martin, and I mean back in the day, they've always been known as a better band. Now, as we look to the field, this is a great tradition here in Eldon, and you'll see the Mustangs enter the field, and it just feels different in the town of Eldon when the Mustangs are doing well and off to a fast start, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I go back to the days where we're in this little rickety press box that was kind of hanging over the side of the field, and water did not drain off that very well, and so often the visiting team would be standing in like ankle deep water on the sideline. I don't think that was an accident somehow, but this field here, this is something else. This was done correctly. I love working in this press box. A lot of schools have gone to the artificial surface, and admittedly the first couple of years this field did not look good at all, but I don't know who's been taking care of it, but they do a great job. We had a lot of rain early this summer and no rain here recently, but still looks great out there, and I'm sure the kids in a way probably enjoy playing on the real grass instead of the artificial stuff. It's going to give a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say that a lot over the years. A lot of research done, and a lot would argue that on the grass it's less injury prone, a little less unforgiving. And there are the Mustangs here as they enter the field here in Eldon for what is week 2 of the high school football season. You're watching Lake TV. My name is William Holtz. I thank you for joining us for Lake TV's coverage of live high school football. I'm joined by the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell, and we'll be keeping you updated tonight. We appreciate you tuning in on Lake TV. And for those of you wondering what else is on the docket for these two teams, well, it's important for Versailles. They're going to be at home versus Butler next week and at El Dorado Springs in a couple weeks. And as for Eldon, they got two tough weeks ahead, Mike. They're at Owensville and then at Osage week 4. That'll be our Lake TV game of the week. So we'll have the Mustangs again in a couple of weeks on the road. But, you know, how much do you put into the early start and how important that is?
Everything. You know, that's what you build on. It's not like you're playing a 17-game schedule. You're playing a 9-game schedule, and the end of it can sneak up on you in a hurry, and it just exacerbates how important it is to have the points you need to get a good seeding in the district. Now, you're in a district with Blair Oaks, and you have to assume in a lot of ways that they're going to be the 1 seed somehow in the district, although they got housed last night by Lutheran North. Like, what did they say, 58-28 or something like that? A 30-point loss. When was the last time Blair Oaks lost to anybody by 30 points? But man, it's a tough district, and you want the best seed you can get for obvious reasons. You get a chance at a bye. You also get a chance for home field, and you get to play a team that, if you're through 9 games, you're the 6th seed or whatever. There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And, you know, we've seen it, the rarity or the oddity to that is Osage the last couple of years. They've got off to incredibly slow starts, and however they've been able to finish strong. Now, we're going to take a commercial break as they're with the coin toss. No, we'll stay right here with you. We're having technical difficulties, sorry.
Anytime we have a penalty, a decision Right, you ready? Okay. All right, Versailles, you're the visitor today. I've got heads and I've got tails. Tails and heads, what's your call? Tails. Tails, he said? Tails. If I drop it, will we flip it? It is a tail. You won the toss. You defer. Okay. Versailles wins the toss. They're going to defer. Want to receive? Receive over here. Oh, you don't pick side. You can receive over here. You can receive. Which one do you want to kick it? That makes more sense. There you go. That was slick. Elden's going to receive. Shake hands.
So Versailles, they're going to defer to the second half, and they're going to kick off to Eldon. So we're about set for kickoff here from Eldon, where the 1-0 Mustangs welcome in the Versailles Tigers, just about 20 miles down on Highway 5. And for
Highway
Versailles,
52.
Oh, is it?
5 would get you lost, man.
Oh, it is 52. It does turn into 5, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, eventually, yeah. I'm sorry to be nitpicking. I'm just teasing.
No, you're right. I mean, it is 52.
Hey, Versailles, they lost to Knob Noster last week, 40-0. They'll play Butler. I need to do some checking. I think Butler was pretty good last year, but that's a conference game for them. Eldon 35-7 over Fulton. And they next play Owensville, play the Dutchman up in Owensville. School of the Osage will get updates for them tonight. Great win over Bolivar last week. They're at Moberly, and next week they'll be at Blair Oaks. So Blair Oaks will be seething a little bit after taking the pasting they got last night from Lutheran North. So a big game. Well, they're all big, but a big game for Osage tonight to try to, you know, keep the winning streak going before you do play Blair Oaks. And Camdenton, as we mentioned several times, an impressive win over the Jeff City Jays, 53-28. They're at Branson tonight, and then next week we'll have them for the first time this year hosting Smith Cotton out of Sedalia.
Be hard to think about anything but shows in Silver Dollar City when you go down to Branson.
Yeah, and golf. There's some beautiful golf courses down there.
All right, so set to kick and does Ethan Garber for Versailles. That's picked up by Beanland just inside the 25. Now he reverses field. Look out. Across the 40 before tripped up. Ball's on the turf and the field, rather. And Eldon may have got fortunate. They fought for it, and coming out of it, wow.
Yeah,
Andrew Beanland got back on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he really aggressively reversed field, then took on Zeke Miller on special teams for Versailles and almost came up on the short end of it there. But that jumps out at you what you can expect from Eldon. They have great team speed.
Yeah, and I mean, heads up play. Great job by the Versailles defender to knock it out of there. Some physicality by the Tigers special teams unit. So on first down now, Beanland out of the shotgun. Option. And pretty solid run for Andrew Beanland on first down. Has about 4 or 5 on the option, but Versailles does a nice job of limiting that first down play to just about 4 yards.
Yeah, they really did. And a good block by Landon Beanland, who's a cousin of all the rest of the Beanlands. 5-yard pickup there for Andrew. That was really played well defensively by Versailles. Was able to fight off a block and get back for the tackle.
So now back in the backfield is that Beanland, and he's going to be upended and taken down. Nice piece of tackling. And that's number 29, Colin Brisbane, with the carry, and he's got about 4. Going to bring up 3rd down and a long 1 here, Mike.
Yeah, they pulled the offside guard and brought him around. He got the block, and again, Versailles pretty stout on defense. Good work there by Brady Dobbins, who's playing on the defensive line to get out there and help out on defense.
Yeah, you'll get used to hearing Brady Dobbins' name called. He'll get called early and often on tonight's broadcast. The senior, he's the heart and soul of this Versailles defense there. In the center of the D-line, you'll see him lined up. So 3rd down and short. There's going to be a penalty flag on the field. There is 1st down yardage, but this flag looks like it's going to be an illegal shift against the offense.
I think the player for Eldon who was covering the tackle on the left side, I don't think he was on the line of scrimmage. Jalen Beckman showing his speed, getting to the outside, and what a matchup with he and Reece Murdoch out there on the corner. Talk about a couple of burners, but it all comes back because of the penalty, the first of the ball game.
Yeah, it was a good play, as Jalen Beckman, you said. In motion, he got the carry, and that penalty favors the Tigers. Going to be 3rd down and 6 now, and if Versailles can get a stop, would be a big start for them here on the road. And I know Coach Daniels would love to see his team get off to a fast start here, especially knowing how loud this Eldon crowd can get.
Beautiful night here, just ideal night for football, anything really.
Beanland rolls out to his right, going to take a shot deep downfield. Doesn't look like he was on the same page as Jalen Beckman. Falls incomplete, and the Tiger defense gets a stop, puts Eldon into a 4th down and 6 situation. Good coverage out there, and I believe that was Reece Murdoch.
Yeah, and I think a good non-call as well too, because there was some contact out there, but he just has gotten tied up with the defender. I'm not sure who that was out there in the corner. I mean, Beckman was in the area, obviously. Excuse me, Murdoch was, but they're going to go for it on 4th down. Okay,
we'll line him up fairly deep. Who knows? 4th down and 6. No one's back for the Tigers if Beanland did decide to drop back, and there he goes.
And he will punt it.
It's a short punt. Very wisely getting away from it are the Tigers, and that takes the Versailles hop, and going to be fielded there by Eldon. So the Tigers get a stop defensively, and their offense gets it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And an 11-yard punt for Eldon. Just got it off the side of his foot and punting into the wind, too. There is a pretty good breeze here tonight out of the north. This field is oriented on a north-south axis. And Versailles with their first possession, and will have that wind at their back.
They get it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line, and so
I think Bias is going to start at quarterback, and they've got a power I formation here.
Bias, the 1st down carry. Not a whole lot of room there, and yeah, that's an interesting formation. What would you call that, Mike, with the
power I usually as much as anything? I guess it was Murdoch getting that carry there. Let's see. Yeah, he's at the tailback position
for 2. So, and you know, I didn't know if Bias was going to start the game at quarterback. You know, he had some big moments a year ago for the Tigers.
And he and Ben Peck will alternate apparently at quarterback. They're kind of, I mean, they've got some injuries too, and obviously it's been a difficult situation for Versailles, but again with the power I formation.
And it's a give, and actually Bias going to keep it on the option. Nicely done. A little bit of a dangerous exchange. Landon Beanland gets the stop for the Mustangs, but not before Bias gets 6 yards and brings up a manageable 3rd down and 2. So slow developing, but good looking gain for the Tigers.
Yeah, good movement by the offensive line. Left tackle in particular for the Tigers got a good ceiling block. That's Logan Parker out there.
They did a great job of really selling that, because I thought the running back had the ball and Bias just kept his arms in there. So 3rd down and 1 now. Back to that power I formation. Bias under center. Keeps it again, and Beanland shuts it down. He has help. Sorry, yeah, it's Jalen Beckman. Wow.
Yeah, he come flying in. They weren't going to fall for the same play twice there, and Beckman comes flying in. Had some help defensively by Bryce Berenson, somebody who really stood out for Eldon on defense last week.
So a 2-yard loss now pushes it back to a 4th down and 3. Versailles has it at their own 47.5-yard line.
And they show every, yeah, they're going to, that's a punt formation, I do believe. Oh, he's going to run it.
Yeah, Murdoch tries to get outside, and he will not get there. I thought there was enough room. Looked like it would be a great play design. The Eldon defense shuts that down, and after the turnover on downs, Eldon has it inside Versailles territory.
I think it was Brody Beanland. Actually, you can say Beanland, and you have a statistically speaking, you got a chance of being correct. But that was Brody, I believe, who got out there and closed that down and showed great closing speed to get somebody like Murdoch.
Jalen Beckman also in on that. So big stop because I like the play call early in the game. 4th and manageable. I like that call. Good stop by Eldon, and their offense gets their second chance.
And we have delay game possibly.
Oh, looks like they're going to make Andrew Beanland come off the field, maybe a mouthpiece or equipment or something, but.
Okay.
Yep. Your guess is as good as mine.
Safety first, so if they felt it needed to be done, get it done.
Sure, so here we are now, 1st down and 10. And you alluded to the weather. What a beautiful night as the sun sets here in Eldon. And on the 1st down carry, good gain up the middle. And again, it's Landon Beanland with the carry, and he's got good yardage. We'll give him 5 or 6 on 1st down.
Yeah, good finish on that. Good leg drive. He got low into the hole. Again, a nice job pulling around. You know, I don't have a number 60 on my roster, and he's done that twice now. He's had that pull and get out there and get the trap block on a 6-yard pickup there for Brody Beanland.
Yeah, and he did a nice job.
Landon, excuse me.
He did a nice job of once he was going to the ground, falling forward for an extra 2-yard pickup. That was impressive. Now here's Andrew Beanland. Andrew Beanland, the carry, and he's got 1st down yardage across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Delivers a nice hit onto Joey Bertelli, who gets the stop for Versailles. Center 1st down for Eldon.
First down of the ball game, and one thing you notice about Andrew Beanland, as Dave's getting loud a couple of booths over here, Andrew Beanland, he likes to take on tacklers.
Yeah, he likes to bring the heat, you might say, when you go to a tackle. That's twice I've seen him lower and finish the hit. So 1st down and 10, Eldon has it at the 33-yard line. Evan Beanland out of the gun, steps up in the pocket. Good closing speed, and he takes a shot after a 1-yard gain. That closed quickly as Beanland picks up 1. But get a look here, Mike, as he was going down, boom, he took a shot.
Ty Morrison really came sliding back to fill that hole. Bit of a slow developing play. One thing we're not used to seeing Eldon showing so many different formations, but they've shown a lot of different looks here so far in the 1st quarter.
So 2nd down and 9. We're 6 minutes into the 1st quarter, and this will be the official water break. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Poly-lifts.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week in Eldon now. 2nd down and 9. So we're inside 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. And the 1st down carry goes to Beanland. Good closing speed, but a great cutback by Andrew Beanland. Versailles does close that off to little to no gain, but Beanland showed great cutback speed and Versailles defense showing me something here in the early going.
Yeah, they're showing me something that's not on my stat sheet. I would 23 there on the tackle. I don't have him on either one of my stat sheets. So my apologies here. I'm not sure who made that tackle for the Tigers. That was a nice job all the way around by Versailles to stay on there. And I've been missing. I'm sure I'm seeing number 60 on the offensive line. It could be number 50, Jackson Williams. They like to pull him. He's out in front of just about every running play so far.
So 3rd down and 8 now. Beanland under pressure. Pocket starts to collapse. He's going to tuck it and run, and it's going to be a good stop for Versailles coming up and finishing that play. Ben Peck for the Tigers, and not a lot on 3rd down and 8. We'll give them 3. Going to bring up 4th down and 5. So Versailles very disciplined on the perimeter. Mike, I've been impressed with the way they've sealed the edge so far.
Yeah, they did a great job getting pressure on a blitz from Murdoch on that play, and wisely Evan Beanland stepped up in the pocket. Just good recovery by Versailles defense. I mean, we didn't know what to expect here tonight. You just have to go on relative scores, and I think Coach Griffin wants to talk about this 4th and 5.
Yeah, impressive start. We'll take another quick one and be right back from Eldon with the Tigers and the Mustangs.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up, I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Back here just in time for 4. Evan Beanland out of the shotgun. He's going to take a shot. He's got his receiver in a good defensive play from Murdoch coming back and making that play. He was looking for Jalen Beckman. He had him, but it was slightly underthrown, and Beckman had to come back.
Well, I think what Evan had to kind of roll out to create some space there and time for him to throw the ball, and that got the receiver too far down the field, and the throw just didn't get there. That's a good play, actually, by Beckman to come back and kind of break that up because the inside position was held by Reece Murdoch. So a turnover on downs.
So Versailles now 2 defensive stops after the 3 and out, and now the turnover on downs, and it was actually senior Gage Judd, number 6. I was like, man, he looks a little stockier and a little shorter than Murdoch, but yeah, I'm having a hard time identifying some of these numbers on 1st down, the run up the middle, and that is number 55, believe it or not, Ty Morrison with the carry.
Yeah, he gave me that number, and I thought maybe that was one of those switching number things, but you're right, it's Morrison who's played along the line. That was the zone read, and I'm not sure he was going to get the ball from Bias. Very late with the handoff, but a positive result.
Yeah, 4-yard gain, so 2nd down and 6 now. Bias going to keep it, and he's going to have decent yardage, a couple at least. That pile continues to move, and now they're going to give him about 3 across the 35. So Versailles conservative, but picking up a couple of yards at a time. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. And for Dusty Daniels, wants to keep him in those manageable situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the defense for Versailles has done a great job. I mean, you wouldn't have been surprised the way that Eldon put yards and points on the board last week if they'd have run out to a lead here early on, but Versailles has been pretty stout so far.
So 3 minutes, approaching the 3-minute mark anyway, and on 3rd down and 3, the carry go to Morrison again, and Eldon was ready for it. Morrison didn't go down, but his forward progress was stopped right about the line of scrimmage, maybe even for a slight loss, and so 4th down and short once again for the Tigers. Now, we saw last time them line up with Reece Murdoch out of that punt formation and try that sweep to the outside, that run, but Eldon shut that down. So in this situation, I would think they'd probably punt the football.
You would think. Eldon doesn't believe it, though. They haven't sent anybody back deep yet. I guess it will depend quite a bit on what the formation for Versailles looks like here. This looks like they're just flat going for it. This is their normal offensive set.
Under center. Bias maybe tries to draw him off sides, and
it is.
He does, and not a lot of time to try to get the hard count, but Versailles calls the timeout. So with 2:11 left in the first quarter, we are scoreless on our game of the week.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
And we're back here on Lake TV as Reece Murdoch punts it away, and it's a good one over the head of Beckman and takes a really nice Versailles bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds right inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line, Mike. So that's a 54-yard punt.
That's what I
Pretty
got
good
too.
one.
Yeah, 54. Yeah, what happened was dropping back deep was Beckman, but he really didn't get back deep enough, and Murdoch hit it well, got that end-over-end roll, so it really flips the field position here.
Yeah, great punt, and they didn't think he was going to punt it maybe, and 4th and short, you'd think they might go for it, but really impressed so far with the Tigers, and after the slow start a week ago, they've come to play here in Eldon, and the Mustangs backed up inside their 10, first down and 10, in their first 2 offensive series. They moved it a little bit, but yet to put points on the board, so Evan Beanland out of the gun. Andrew Beanland gets the carry. Nice cut back. Another nice cut back inside the 20. He has first down yardage and takes a shot, but not until he has 14 yards. And, man, he's quick.
Hey, we don't get a chance to recognize the assistant coaches nearly enough. For Versailles, Kyle Meyer, Cooper Wilson, Kobe Williams. If you're not learning something from Kobe, you're not paying attention. And Jason Vansel helping out a little bit too. For the Eldon Mustangs, Dawson Brand, who was an outstanding player here at Eldon, Ryan Calvino, Colby Davis, Chad Hines, and Jacob Kelly.
Yeah, it's great to see the coaching staffs, especially in Versailles, all former players. And like you said, Jason Vansel been there a long time and coached and taught a lot of these guys. And on the first down carry, Beanland eludes the first guy in the backfield, cuts outside, and once again lowers his head and punishes the tackler. He has 5 yards, but get a look on our Crown Power and Equipment replay.
Morrison had him and just couldn't quite get him down.
Is that a ponytail for Beanland?
I don't know.
Man, he's quick. That thing's flying around because he's going left and right, and man, really impressive run. So 2nd down and 5 now.
I thought we had a flag there. Apparently not. So a 5-yard pickup for Beanland, an impressive run. He was stopped for a loss.
Yeah, his ability to change directions been really impressive thus far. So 2nd down and 5.
Whoops.
That's a blown play. Evan Beanland tries to make the most of it, and good yardage, but good stop on the play. 52 for the Tigers. In on the stop, Dalton Raza. Really nice stop. He lowered him, kind of upended him.
He did. Got in there. Good leverage. Well, that's a nice tackle all the way, because that would have been a first down.
Gage Judd also in on the stop for the Tigers. So another 3rd and short for Eldon, this time at their own 33-yard line. Pressure coming from the backside, and he is in a world of hurt, is Evan Beanland. Quarterback sack Reece Murdoch in on the stop at the 30-yard line. That's for a loss. And your final play of the first quarter going to force the Mustangs into another punt situation. And after one quarter of play, Mike, your score 0-0. You're watching Lake TV's Game of the Week from beautiful Eldon, Missouri.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself, you need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
I also welcome you back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football. 4th down and 4 for the Mustangs at their own 30-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Evan Beanland. Now he's going to scoot back 3 or 4 yards, and Beanland gets it away and over everybody's head, and we just saw that play a moment ago. Very, very similar.
I guess so.
Down to the 15-yard line, and once again, that's a 55-yard punt. This time for Eldon, and the only difference was there was 5 yards difference in the line of scrimmage after they reversed sides of the field, and not sure you'll see that again.
Yeah, that was a strange feeling of deja vu there. Of being able to run out of the formation they're in, and the safety back to receive the punt doesn't want to overcommit, and we saw the almost exact carbon copy of that play back to back on respective punts.
What's the saying? Monkey see, monkey do?
I suppose.
All right, and here is Murdoch trying to get outside, but great closing speed, and now he's reversing the other way, and here's Reece Murdoch. Shows off his speed, and only about 3 or 4 yards, but about as impressive of a 3 or 4 yard run that you'll see.
Yeah, because it could have been a 5-yard loss real easy as he comes to the near side toward you. Had the blocking there, but it was beaten rather easily there by Brody Beanland, and just showing that state class speed there to get outside and get 3 yards out of it.
Yeah, Reece Murdoch is something else, and that goes for 3 yards, brings up 2nd down and 7, and that was out of the Wildcat formation, and Fletcher By has been the quarterback these first couple of series for Versailles. And as you said, we might see Ben Peck in there at times as the 2nd down carry, and this is number 55 again. That's Ty Morrison. Man, he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage and kind of fell forward for a couple.
Yeah, James Phillips just completely in there, just really stopped everything. Had a lot of help from Christian Sanders as well, too. A junior at 250 pounds, really clogging up the middle.
Yeah, good effort there. Even though only for 2 by Morrison, so the Tigers, they're gritty here through the first quarter and some change. And on 3rd down, Reece Murdoch out of the Wildcat formation. Dobbins gets the hand. They sniffed that out early, and Dobbins going to be swallowed up for a couple of yard loss, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers.
Yeah, I like. You have to respect the fact that Murdoch can get outside and beat you out there and certainly get the 1st down. But Eldon stayed at home well, and actually coming back to the short side of the field, they were able to stop Dobbins, who did a good job really just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The official sends a Mustang off the field, and so no timeout charge. But 4th down and 6 now for Versailles. Not a lot of offense here in the early going. Both defenses have been making both offenses earn everything they get, and Reece Murdoch gets rid of this one, and Versailles covers, and Eldon going to have it at the Versailles 48-yard line.
Zeke Miller covers it there for Versailles. Ball checked up a little bit going into the wind, and well, we were kind of looking at each other in the last break saying we didn't expect a scoreless tie a couple minutes into the second quarter.
No, and I get a feeling, though, as Eldon gets Beanland out in space, you can just kind of sense an Andrew Beanland long play, even if not for a score. I mean, I cannot believe how quick he is, how shifty he is on a few of these cutbacks we've seen. And for the Mustangs, they get really good starting field position. This is their best they've had in 4 series so far.
Justin Reed checks in. Joseph Reed, pardon me, checks in on the offensive line.
Beanland gets the carry, bounces it outside, and there is a penalty flag on the field, a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. Modest gain, even though, but as I said, a penalty on the play.
They like to pull the offside guard and get him out there, and pretty good job by the gentleman we just mentioned, Joseph Reed, to get out there. Still didn't see what the penalty was. It's on Eldon, and it will be on the Tigers, so that'll be a holding call, spot foul, and set up first and about 19.
And Rowan Allen for Versailles really made a nice stop on the play. Beanland, he's a tough tackle. I mean, he is so shifty, as we've seen, and Versailles has impressed me on the early going with their tackling and with their speed on the perimeter. And every time Eldon makes a guy miss and gets outside, Versailles recovers quickly.
I think regardless of what happens the rest of the way in this game, you have to say this is a win for Versailles right now.
Yeah, I'm impressed the way they've come out here and played so far tonight. Now 9:58 left. Here's the quick hitter, Beanland, and guess who? Reece Murdoch in there. And actually, again, no, that is number 6. I apologize to Gage Judd. That's the 3rd play he's made. And Gage Judd, the senior, he's been all over the place.
I'll say that was just a great read. He beat a couple blocks to get out there as Andrew Beanland gets his first catch, and no gain. Actually lost 2, didn't he?
Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 23 now for Eldon. Backed up to their own 38-yard line. Beanland, carry to Beanland, and once again, the stop for the Tigers. Rowan Allen with some help. Modest gain, going to bring up 3rd and a lot for Eldon. And Andrew Beanland looks slow to get up here, so the official going to call a timeout, and that would be really bad news for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's really favoring that shoulder as he comes to the sideline. Very upset as he snaps that helmet off.
So that is hair coming out of the back of his helmet. And
hair is not something that I'm really what you would call an expert on.
Oh, you had me fooled, Mike, you know.
40, 50 years ago maybe, but not anymore. It all went away, and wherever it went, it decided not to come back.
Didn't return. Well, 3rd down and long for Eldon. 3rd down and 20. So Beanland out of the shotgun. In the backfield with him is Landon Beanland. Taking a shot down the field. He's got his man, and incomplete. Had a shot to go up and make a play. Colin Brisbane. It looked like it was just a little outside and over the arms. Had a chance to make a play, but falls incomplete.
Yeah, pretty good throw over the shoulder. Brisbane had to adjust a little bit back to the ball there at the last moment, but just couldn't quite complete it. That would have been a huge gain for Eldon. We've only had 1 completed pass in this game, and it lost 2 yards.
I believe we've only had 1 or 2 first downs so far as well. Yeah, there's an opportunity for the Mustangs. They had Versailles beat. And the punt checks up, and Hardy.
Devin Hardy. Yeah.
And Devin Hardy's another guy we haven't mentioned his name, but he's a guy that's able to score every time he touches it. But after the short punt, Versailles has it back at the 27. So both teams, Eldon so far, 4 series, nothing doing. And for Versailles, this is going to be their 4th possession tonight. And with 8:26 left in the second quarter, we're scoreless.
Devin Hardy, we mentioned in passing there, listed at 130 pounds. It takes a little intestinal fortitude to get out there. These big, strong kids at 130 pounds. But Devin's been playing I don't think he played as a freshman, but he certainly has played a lot sophomore, junior, and now his senior year.
Yeah, he feels like he's been around for ages. I mean, I feel like I've been mentioning Devin Hardy for a handful of years. He's a playmaker, and sometimes when kids make a big difference every week, they seem like they've been around for a while, and that is Devin Hardy. So first down now on the read option. Fletcher Bias going to call his own number, and not a lot doing as Eldon stays home and makes a stop after about a 1-yard gain.
Man, I think that was Peck, actually, maybe, that was checked in at quarterback now. I was told by Coach Daniels that they would switch out a little bit, and it is Ben Peck there on the zone read. Peck gets his first carry, got it for a yard. And you kind of at this point now when you say, who's going to make the first big mistake?
Yeah, that would definitely be a potential momentum shifter or builder for whoever's on the other side of that. But on second down, here's the quick hitter into the flat. Peck has his man, Reece Murdoch. Brings that in, and Peck to Murdoch for the first time tonight, only the second completed pass, and that's good for about 2.
Yeah, but that's 3 yards more than, or actually 4 yards more than anything else is gained tonight through the air for either team. And actually, that was the first pass attempt for Versailles. Murdoch is such a weapon out there. I mean, that has to be scary to be out on an island with him.
Yeah, really solid play for the Mustangs, and so far not a lot of big plays. Actually, the defenses have been fundamentally sound. They've been disciplined and really good tackling in the early going.
Expect to see a hitch and go somewhere along the line. Oh, that's going to be interference. I don't know. That looked like pretty good defense. Murdoch was running a post and was he got tangled up a little bit with Jalen Beckman. I thought it looked like pretty good defense here. The pass is there, I guess, on the backside. And the official had a great angle at it. So it's going to be pass interference, and that'll be a first down for Versailles.
Yeah, that was a nice play design. I like the idea. You get him up the seam like that, and anybody with single coverage, he's a tough assignment. Really not a bad pass, a little out of reach, but they're going to benefit from the Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag, and that's going to be a first down for Versailles up to about the 44-yard line. Is that the first Versailles first down?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't keep those, but I tell you what, I think that's actually a pretty good penalty. I think he had a step there, and if he catches that in stride, you get in a foot race with Murdoch, and you may be in big trouble.
Yeah, no one was over the top, so good point, Mike. That might have been a really good penalty. So Peck now, once again, looking for Murdoch. It's intercepted. Beckman returns the favor after the penalty flag and takes it all the way back to the 33-yard line. The first takeaway of the game belongs to the Eldon Mustangs, and Jalen Beckman has the Mustangs in business.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. He saw something that wasn't there. I know the ball fluttered on him a little bit, but he threw it to the outside while Murdoch was to the inside, and Beckman, that's an easy pick for him. So can Eldon take advantage of the first big break of this contest? Hey, we had a flag down. I guess it was post-possession, no, post-possession change. The holding was called at the Versailles 46, so that'll take it back to about the 42.
That's a big penalty as far as yardage is concerned, but the interception stands, and you just got done saying who's going to make that first big mistake, and a little bit of a miscommunication it looked like, as Peck just not on the same page as Murdoch, and again Murdoch had a step, and so the pick and a nice return, but because the penalty, not a huge.
About 40 yards of field position there. So Eldon, you got the ball, but it could have been down inside the Versailles 30, but still you have the ball.
Yeah, now here's another whistle.
Somebody had an equipment issue. Hardy did. He throws it over to there was something on the field, and Hardy picked it up and threw it to the official.
So after the Eldon takeaway, Beanland read option, calls his own number, and runs into a wall after making the first Tiger defender miss. But again, Versailles discipline up front right there.
Yeah, 1 yard pickup. I think Versailles is doing a great job of staying at home. There was a good double team block there, but that was just beaten and then rallying to the ball and holding that to a 1 yard gain.
Second down and 9 now, and not a lot of noise here in Eldon.
There's not been a lot to cheer about unless you like punts. And this is the 6 minutes to the halfway point of the quarter. Timeout to get some water.
Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with the rest of the first half on Lake TV.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
So as we welcome you back to Eldon, it looks like Osage up early, 7-0 after the first quarter against Moberly. So good start for Osage on the road, and for Eldon, they get the takeaway, and now they're hoping to break the tieless game here in the second quarter. Got at the 46-yard line is Evan Beanland out of the gun, going to take a shot.
Underthrown.
And Jaden Beckman comes back. Reece Murdoch comes in there, very nearly makes a play on the ball.
A well-thrown ball, a well-defended ball, and still Beckman almost catches this at the end. Murdoch is able to come over the top with his closing speed and get there and help break it up. So now 3rd and long.
Now after a pretty slow first quarter of run, not a lot of passes, now we're seeing these teams open up the playbook and take some shots here, but some really nice defensive plays as well. And Murdoch able to prevent that one from being completed. We'll see now with 3rd down and 9 what Eldon looks to do if they can get a fresh set of downs.
Zeke Miller's the safety, and he's pointing like he sees something in this formation that they need to be concerned about here.
Little read option, going to roll to his left. Now it's going to be a pass, take a shot, has his man, and it's going to be caught by Beckman inside the 20. Makes a nice adjustment, and that's going to be a big play for the Mustangs. They finally connect, and that was a well-designed play.
27 yards, just figuring that real quick. I'm looking at the wrong 40 there. Big completion.
And Beckman really put a move on the outside defender. He looked like he was running the comeback route, the hitch route, and as he did, turn hard, then he went right back upfield, and there was nobody home. Nice play. Beanland gave his receiver a shot, and that's a big first down for the Mustangs. Nice run on first down, and pretty good run for Brisbane. He's got it all the way down to about the 13-yard line.
Darren Crabtree really getting off the ball where the left tackle is.
That was actually Beanland, Landon Beanland, with about the 8-yard gain, 7-yard gain. And so inside the red zone now, the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. For the first time tonight are the Mustangs. They've got it 2nd down and 3. 4:40 left in the first half, and this first half has flown by.
They fake the jet sweep, and it goes inside to Landon Beanland once again. I believe he has the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal for Eldon.
Yeah, he has a nice gain for a Beck Wellness Center first down, and for the Mustangs now 1st and goal. They're starting to find some holes after that big pass play starts to open up the running game a little bit. You have to start looking for those longer plays. So another Beck Wellness Center first down, and Eldon, a good drive here after their first takeaway, and they're looking to strike first.
So Brisbane and Landon in the backfield.
Drive to the house, touchdown. Evan Beanland on the keeper from 7 yards out, and we are scoreless no more with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
So much misdirection, and you have to wonder a little bit here if that superior size and depth for Eldon is maybe starting to take a toll a little bit. I mean, Versailles had defended that very play really well on numerous occasions here. Looks like Hardy will hold. And no, check it. Hardy's going to kick, and Evans going to hold.
So Beelan, nice job getting that down, and Hardy, the extra point is up, and it is good. So with 4 minutes to go, Mustangs strike first on this 7-yard Evan Beelan touchdown run.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself, you need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
We're back here as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam in Eldon. And Mike, you can kind of see our hands up above.
We're waving a little bit there.
Far boot there to your right side. We don't have the lights on. We like it. We like this view, this cool weather. We appreciate this.
And I'm enjoying looking and seeing a normal looking kickoff instead of that thing that got going on in the NFL now. That's just weird.
Yeah, that is a little strange. So here's the kick fielded at about the 18-yard line. Pretty solid return, and I believe that's Fletcher Bias. He has it up to the 35-yard line.
That was impressive there. He was able to charge that, and when you charge it like in baseball, you're going to get the hop you want for the most part, even though that football is shaped kind of funny. He was able to get that on the run and get it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
So let's see what Versailles can get going here. We've been impressed with them defensively for the most part. And, of course, on that last series, that interception stalled that drive. But they're right in it now, down 7-0, 3:53 left. And remember, they defer, so they're going to get the football first to start the second half.
Now you've got Bias as a wide receiver, and Peck is once again the quarterback with Dobbins back there with him.
Going to be a little jet sweep, and here's Reece Murdoch, solid gain, and he has a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 45-yard line, or real close to a Beck Wellness Center first down. Kind of a slow developing play. Murdoch had to wait a minute coming in motion.
Good block by Dobbins there to give the option for Murdoch to cut back inside a little bit and get the first down.
Any way you can get the ball in the hands of Reece Murdoch, it's worth trying at least a couple of times.
Yeah.
Each game, got to get the ball in his hands, and good things tend.
Oh, man.
A few touches is all it took for the rookie in his first game, and on first down, almost a fast start. Here's Peck now. Uh-oh, look out. That one scared me when it left his hand.
Yeah, I think it's good awareness by Peck. I mean, the play was getting blown up. Good pressure coming up the middle on that play, and he just saw nothing good coming in that play, so he just threw it out of bounds on the side.
Yeah, like you said, situational awareness, and, you know, when that left his hand, I was like, oh, man, but he had a good handle on what was going on, threw it far enough away from the receiver that you weren't going to get an intentional grounding. But second down and 10 now, and you don't have it in view, but you're off in the distance right behind the scoreboard. Just beautiful American flag flying here as the sun has set in Eldon. Here's a quick hitter on a little bubble screen, and Fletcher Bias comes up, keeps fighting across midfield, and hey, it's only 5 yards, but I like the play design, and I like the heart from Fletcher Bias, Mike. He fights and continues to pick up yardage, and it's a young man that last year against Colcamp, if you'll remember in the district playoff game, the opener, he had a touchdown in the waning seconds of that game to have Versailles. They got a district win a season ago over Colcamp. Of course, distant memory now for Versailles. They got a 3rd down and 5. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Read option, and really a good call, but great closing speed for Eldon, man. Peck thought he saw something, but closed quickly as Ben Peck, the junior, keeps it from the quarterback position and stopped.
Berenson on the tackle there. And when I talked to Coach earlier in the week, Nick Griffin, he said that he was one of their leading tacklers against Fulton, played very, very well, and showed that he stayed home. Good situational awareness and holds that to a 1-yard gain.
So on 4th down and 4, Murdoch now drops, and he's going to punt, it looks like. Ooh, very nearly blocked, but Murdoch gets away a good punt, and Beckman comes over and fields it just shy of the 20-yard line, and good coverage for the Tigers. And for the Mustangs, they get it back with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go and 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Yeah, great coverage there by Bias, who got downfield. And a pretty good play all the way around for Beckman to make that catch and try to get outside, because if Bias doesn't make that tackle, there's a good chance that Beckman gets up the sideline. He had a huge punt return last year for the Eldon Mustangs for a touchdown.
So 2:10, all we have left here in the first half. 7-0 your score, Eldon. They just got done scoring on their last possession, and they've got it right back now. And Beanland into the flat has his cousin, Andrew Beanland, up at the 31-yard line. He's got 11 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down, and really comfortable. Evan Beanland there on the run into the flat, delivers a strike. Really nice pattern, too.
Yeah, great job coming back to the ball there to make that play.
Versailles pressing here, bottom of your screen. Beanland now pump fakes. Now the pocket is collapsing, and he's going to roll to his left. He throws, has a man wide open. It's Hardy who makes an adjustment, comes back, makes a guy miss inside the 20, inside the 15. Devin Hardy all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's corralled. That's good for 60 yards in the longest play tonight. Devin Hardy from Evan Beanland.
57 yards, I've got it. Boy, nothing really comes of a throw like this very often, but when Hardy's as open as he is there on the sideline, the defensive back was caught in between. Does he go up and challenge Evan there before he makes the pass, or stay with his man Hardy? And Hardy was all over the pick.
First down and goal from the 9-yard line. Wow. Beanland looks to his left, the throw, the slant, in and out of the hands, bobbled and caught. Touchdown. Once again, Jalen Beckman with the score. Now that was a bobble, but a great concentration, and Beckman brings it in from 9 yards out, and Eldon now up 13-0.
So a couple of big pass plays after really no consistent ground game for Eldon. And boy, that one play, you see it so often here, William. One play turns the momentum. Okay, it's an interception, not great field position after the holding call, but it certainly has changed things around. Now Versailles jumped the gun a little bit trying to block this extra point, so it gives you an option if you want to go half the distance here to maybe go for 2, and that may be just exactly what Eldon wants to do here.
Yeah, Nick Griffin likes your suggestion, Mike, after the Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag, half the distance, and they send the offense back out there with the 13-0 lead. Analytics say go for it.
Yeah, just get some good drive. Who's your best offensive lineman? Go to this bunch formation. Looks like it's going to be to the right side, doesn't it?
Direct snap to Andrew Beanland, maybe out of the Wildcat to the right side. You called it, but great closing speed. And again, Rowan Allen.
Wow,
yeah.
What a play there. They had actually 3 offensive linemen from the center to the right tackle, and Martin he just beat everybody Allen from the outside to get on that play and never had a chance.
So after the failed 2-point conversion, Eldon up 13-0. Just a minute and 4 left in the first half of play. You're watching Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
And we're back on Lake TV where Eldon now, they're up 13-0, but on that 2-point conversion, great job, Rowan Allen for the Tigers, and our score remains 13-0.
I do have an update. School of the Osage up in Moberly against the Spartans. 5:53 left in the first half. Osage up 10-0.
At a 34-yard field goal.
Oh, yeah. Well, Brady Clark, we should have known that.
Right. That one fielded once again. Fletcher Bias goes to the right side and has a nice hole and some good return yards here across the 45. And with 56 seconds left to go in the first half, he now gives the Tigers a little bit of options here.
And 2 timeouts. Yeah. Again, the one misread, I'm not sure what happened on that interception that kind of turned things around here for Eldon in the second quarter, but you know, Versailles looked okay throwing the ball there a couple times. Murdoch had a catch, Bias had a catch. Man, get something done here before halftime. Not a lot of time to work with, though.
So 56 seconds, but a lot to build on defensively for Eldon early, but just too many open opportunities down the field, and Eldon had missed on a couple early, but they're starting to convert now. Peck back in there, he's under pressure, and he's got Reece Murdoch on the bubble screen, who's really right there at that line of scrimmage with linemen all around him. Not sure if that was a botched play, but the bubble screen didn't look right from the start.
No, that wasn't the design play, I don't believe. Cody Brown came free and brought pressure from the outside. Just kind of a little sidearm toss there to get the ball out and get something positive out of it. So Versailles will use their first or second timeout.
So we got an Osage update. It's 10-0 Osage up front over Moberly. Try to get you an update from Camdenton and Branson here momentarily, but game that started slow again just like a week ago, and now the home team, they're up 13-0 here with 41 seconds to go.
And again, Eldon will have to get on the road next week. I lost my little notebook here.
Oh, that's a surprise. I have a score update from Branson.
Okay.
Where the Lakers trail by a score of 21-0.
Ouch. Branson's that community that school has grown by leaps and bounds over the recent years. Eldon, of course, will be at Owensville against the Dutchman next week.
And for the Tigers, as we told you, they'll have to travel back down the road. They'll get to be at home, but yeah, against Butler.
The Butler did it.
So 2nd down and 10. After the Versailles timeout, we'll see what Coach Dusty Daniels and crew drew up. Peck, there is a flag. The pocket is closing and a quarterback sack on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a legal motion on Versailles. I think the receiver was in motion, started up field too soon, so the sack will stand.
And that's going to be Jackson Williams, the senior, for Eldon, credited with the quarterback sack. And it's not all about stats, but yeah, if it's against the offense, you absolutely want the loss down the yards, and can't take a QB sack away from your kid.
Yeah, and you're going to have them restart the clock here, most likely, as soon as the ball is set with only 36 seconds left in the half. I don't know what you're going to plan on doing with 3rd and 17 anyway. Probably just a quick handoff. I don't know what they're going to do. Probably fairly conservative, 13-0 going into halftime.
Eldon does have 2 timeouts, but you wouldn't dare call one to get it back, would you? I mean,
yeah, play the half out. You know, you got a timeout, use it.
So 3rd down and long now after the sack and decline penalty. Murdoch in motion. Peck going to throw his way. Murdoch picks it up, makes the first couple of guys miss, but Eldon all over it. Murdoch did everything he could, but Eldon, they shut that down, and now a timeout going to be called by the Mustangs with 30 seconds left, and they'll do just that.
Yeah, Murdoch had to stop and wait for the ball, and then it was low, so that gave the defense plenty of time to get there. Cody Brown, once again, was the first man there for the Mustangs.
So we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the first half after this.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
So Eldon, I like that move, Mike. They call the timeout, like you said. You've got it. Still leaves you one. You got 30 seconds, and unless Murdoch gets off a great punt, you should have pretty decent field position here as well.
And you've got Jalen Beckman, who has elite speed back there to receive the punt. So if he can get it on the run, and he won't.
And they sent pressure after Murdoch, and that takes an Eldon bounce at the 43-yard line. So just about a 19-yard punt rather, Mike. And Eldon, they do have a great field position here at the 43-yard line in 22 seconds. And like you said, when you got guys like Devin Hardy and Jalen Beckman and Andrew Beanland, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, take a shot. It's maybe a little frustrating at this point for Eldon. You know, they probably felt pretty comfortable coming in. These kids, there's no secrets anymore with the internet and everything else that's going on. So they probably felt pretty comfortable going into this game. Versailles has acquitted themselves very well up to this point. They'll see what the kind of shot they want to take here. Trips left.
Yeah, lone wide receiver, bottom of your screen. Evan Beanland takes the snap. He's looking to that left side. Dobbins puts some pressure on him. Thrown into the flat, just gets rid of it. Hardy was in the vicinity with about 16 seconds left, but good pressure applied by the Tigers. Brady.
A little bit, couldn't he?
And not only at Versailles, but then what he
Westminster
did at Westminster, man.
Yeah, he turned into a good player up there.
It's a game I saw that was early in the season. He had like 270 yards and 4 touchdown runs.
Really?
And I was like, wait, what?
He had a kind of a walk-off catch on a screen pass where he circled back into the middle of the field and got a win for Versailles back when wins were hard to find.
Sure, yeah. Love the Dobbins name, and Brady, he's a great wrestler as well for the Tigers. So second down and long, taking a shot, looking for his man, and in and out of the hands.
Great effort.
Had an opportunity. Great attempt. Cody Brown, the junior, full extended, laid out, and almost made a play. And really pretty good throw from Beanland as well.
That's his best throw of the night, I think. It was there, but you got to give some credit to the defender out there as well, too. Stayed with him. May have bothered the line of sight for Cody Brown.
Yeah, that was a pretty ball. When he first got rid of it, I thought he overthrew the receiver, but as it came down, it landed right there. Gave his guy a shot with 10 seconds left. Eldon now, 3rd down and 10.
I'll take another shot here. I mean, you've got some weapons to get down the field. Just got to protect your core. I don't care for the rollout that much.
Throws and a little low. He was looking once again for Beckman. So 4th down and 10 with 5 seconds to go. And here a play, you just probably run around and throw it deep, or you punt it really high.
I just try to get it out of there. That was good coverage underneath. Zeke Miller. Zeke playing safety there. Stayed underneath the receiver as he ran a kind of a short post. So we're going to wrap up this half unless something really unexpected happens here in the final 4.9 seconds.
And following the conclusion of the first half, we'll have a commercial break and be back with our Hedges Scott Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. So don't go anywhere. And the quick bubble screen here, then hook and ladder, look out. Brisbane, I believe, and all the way inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. And that was a really creative play, the quick hitter and the hook. So nice gain for Eldon, but that concludes our first half. And your score, Mustangs lead the Versailles Tigers 13-0. We'll take this commercial break and be right back with our Hedges Scott Millard Family Chapel's halftime show.
being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Murdoch Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks. 50 years strong.
We purchased this house in 2007. 2008, we built the first slip here. We bought a cruiser. It set in this first slip. 2015, we added the rest on. So from where the wood is there, all the way to the far side on that side, and then the PWC slips, there's 2 sets over there, and another area to sit and enjoy the sun in the morning.
You got 3 kids. One of your daughters has some special needs, and so it was important for you guys to make sure that you as a family could still enjoy all the things Lake of the Ozarks has to offer. And with your guys' dock, you've been able to do that, so talk to us a little bit about that.
Right, so when we were adding on, we wanted to have the wet steps because of the angle that they come out of the water. We inset the steps so that people could stand on either side to help my daughter come up out of the water. And just recently, we had Sam and Kelly over there at Wet Steps built us it's called an easy board. The easy board can fold up and go down so that you can get from the dock to the edge of the boat.
You guys have a little bar area with some custom features, killer picnic sitting area. You guys even got a palm tree.
This is the party place at nighttime. You really got to see it at nighttime. The bar we got here, it was a mess up at one of the aluminum places, so we got it at a discounted rate. And then my wife printed off the lake on pieces of paper, put carbon paper underneath of it, and then drew around the lake and hand carved our section of the lake here on in the bar top. It glows in the dark. She mixed in glow-in-the-dark material in with the acrylic when she poured the acrylic in, so it will glow.
Yep, under black light.
Under black light.
So at night, we'll all be glowing down here.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for the Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. At Millard Family Chapel's, every day is a gift, and so is every life. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
And we're back here in Eldon for our Hedges Scott Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. And Mike, at the break, it's Eldon, the home team, out in front 13-0, but a little bit of a slow start, and both teams defensively look really solid here early. What are your initial takes on the first half?
Similar in a way to our game last, seemed to turn the momentum, and that was the pick that Eldon got, scored on that drive and got a second score and got the offense really clicking. And it seemed like they were just stuck in the mud the entire first half, but I looked down at the numbers and they're 2:05 for the half.
Wow. And
which is surprising.
Yeah, and one thing that I felt like, it didn't seem like it, the scoreboard didn't show it, but, man, Eldon, they started down the stretch in the first half to really pull away in the secondary from Versailles. They had some real shots in the secondary, and they didn't really connect except for that one really long play where the adjustment was made. But I wonder if they don't go into the halftime break and say, hey, now look, we've kind of got them on the balls of their feet. We've got them down. Try to take some shots early, but Eldon really started to see something late in that first half.
I think intuition here, I guess, more than anything else. I think they're going to really want to get their running game going, too. Yeah, they got the damage done with the passes. That hook and trailer there right at the end of the first half almost went for another score, which would have probably put it to 19 or 20 to nothing. But Versailles does get the ball in the second half. And what are we seeing? Some highlights here from the game?
Was going to let you know you're seeing some highlights. A great time for you to run us down our first half stats for Eldon.
I can certainly do that. We'll start with Versailles. Individual rushing totals. Murdoch, 4 carries for 16 yards. Peck, 3 for -5 with a quarterback sack. And there's the interception that really seemed to turn things there for Jalen Beckman and the Eldon Mustangs. Bias had 3 carries for 9 net yards. 1 carry for Dobbins, 0 net yards. And Morrison, wearing number 55, you don't see a lot of running backs with that number, but 3 carries actually for 6 yards. Rushing totals for Versailles, 26 yards on 13 attempts, most of it coming on this particular run right here by Reece Murdoch. The passing stats for the various quarterbacks, they were 4-7, the 1 pick. Peck had a catch for 0 yardage. Murdoch had 2 for 3, and Bias had 1 for 5. So 26 yards rushing in the first half, 8 through the air net, 34 yards for scrimmage for Versailles. They did not have a penalty, but they did have the only turnover of the game. For the Eldon Mustangs, Andrew Beanland, 7 carries, 38 yards. Evan, at quarterback, 5 for 14, and a 9-yard rushing touchdown. Brisbane, 1 for 4, and Landon had 3 carries for 18 yards. The totals rushing for the Eldon Mustangs, 74 yards on 16 carries, and he was, the no turnovers for the Eldon Mustangs in the first half. The passing stats, 6 of 11 for Eldon. Kind of warmed up there a little bit. Catches went to Beckman, 3 for 48, 9-yard touchdown. Andrew Beanland had 1 for 2. Devin Hardy, big catch, 57 yards, his only catch. And Brisbane there on that hook and trailer. I guess you give it to him. I gave him 24 yards on that carry. 131 through the air, 74 rushing, 205 net from scrimmage for the Eldon Mustangs. No turnovers, but 4 penalties for 40 yards.
Impressed what I saw from both teams, but early on, discipline for the Versailles Tigers was something I thought they set the tone, and all their guys got fired up. You could tell they were build on. They're going to get the football first. And a couple of guys that I thought really, I wrote down, I just was really impressed with was, Rowan Allen for the Tigers. He made a couple of big stops defensively. And then also Gage Judd was all over, lining up on the opposite side from Reece Murdoch, and he wears number 6. It's hard to tell them apart except for the build. And so I thought both of those guys played really well in the first half of the Tigers, and hopefully they'll continue to make plays.
I think maybe what you were seeing a little bit too, which kind of makes me think that you'll see Eldon really try to work on their running game. Eldon has superior depth. They are able to platoon at some positions, and then there's some like Beckman and others they're going to play every down. But I think maybe they started to wear Versailles down a little bit, and I look for them to really try to establish that ground game, especially with a 13-0 lead and the fact that Versailles only had 34 yards of offense in the first half.
Now, we saw Andrew Beanland hobbling early in the first half, and towards the end of that second quarter, on that failed extra point, they got, the extra point. Versailles had hopped offside. Well, he looked to be shaken up, and so we'll keep an eye on that as well, especially if Eldon wants to get that run game going. Andrew Beanland, man, I love what I've seen from him, sticking that front foot in the ground and changing directions. Just so quick, so shifty, it's hard to stop, but Versailles done a really good job limiting those big plays outside of a couple of those passes. And as you alluded to, kind of misleading on that big hook and ladder. They're going to get a lot of yards for that. But overall for the Tigers, they get that football first, and they're going to try to get something going offensively. Did you see any noticeable differences between when Fletcher Bias was in there at quarterback and when Peck was in there at quarterback?
I like some of the throws that Peck made. Now, obviously, the turnover, the interception, that was just a mistake. He floated it up in the middle of the field, but I like some of the throws he made. The quick slants seemed to be something where he could step up and step into the throw was something that was pretty successful for him. But for both quarterbacks, and we've seen this with Evan Beanland for the Eldon Mustangs, he got caught rolling out, especially to his left, and all of a sudden you're trying to kickstart your body and turn and throw as you're moving left. That doesn't work out very well. Now, they did have a broken coverage and have a good gain on a play similar to that, but it's time to throw, and I like the quick hitters on the slants staying in the pocket, which opens up the whole field.
Yeah, and that's really what I was going to say. I feel like for Versailles, they're going to have to get a couple of quick hitters in order to break a big play, because Eldon's starting to cheat a little bit. When they start running, they're starting to stack the box, and you noticed on the pass interference call, Peck put a really nice ball out there. Had Murdoch caught that, he was off to the races, and that's the way they're going to catch Eldon as a quick hitter, and we know Reece Murdoch has the speed and the skill set to break one, and that's exactly what I'm sure Coach Dusty Daniels and the Versailles Tigers will hope to do as we wrap up our halftime show here in Eldon. And we're in Eldon. It's hard not to talk about or think about the Eldon Turkey Festival when you're in Eldon, if you're like me and you love those big turkey legs. But hey, it's coming up this month, Saturday, September 28th, the Eldon Turkey Festival, one of the premier festivals this time of year in the fall around Missouri. And if you watch Lake TV a lot, check out our Cup of Coffee weekly talk show. We had Eldon Kostelnik, the executive director, Matt Kostelnik, the executive director with the Eldon Chamber, in this week. He was telling us about that, and they're getting their annual golf tournament going again. I was thinking about you when he told me they've got their golf tournament coming up in October. For those of you that don't know this guy, quite the golfer. So if we're going to have a big tournament and try to look impressive like the Eldon Chamber, we're going to have to bring in a ringer. But lots going on in the town of Eldon, lots of other sports. And if you check out the Eldon Mustangs on Facebook, they got a lot of great things from volleyball going on. So make sure you plug in. Well, we're going to conclude our halftime show here in Eldon. Scott Millard Family Chapels. Mike and I will take a short break and be right back with you with our second half.
We are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
The Lake of the Ozarks has become the U.S. capital for a wide array of unique vessels, from luxurious yachts and high-performance boats to cruisers, pontoons, fishing boats, wake surfing boats, and everything else in between. The Lake of the Ozarks offers it all. On Lake of the Ozarks Boats, I'll check out some of the biggest, baddest, most unique vessels on the waters of the lake today. Get ready for this edition of Lake of the Ozarks Boats on Lake TV.
On this edition of Lake of the Ozarks Boats with Wild Will on Lake TV, we got Mason Bennett, Surdike Yamaha here at Port 20, and we got the brand new Axopar 37 Cross Cabin. Mason, what can you tell us about this boat?
Will, this is an incredible boat. Axopar all the way from Finland. These boats are just incredible for performance, for use, for pretty much any kind of boating you're going to want to do. Right behind us we have the 37 Cross Cabin. It is about 38 feet overall, 11-foot beam, 20-degree dead rise, takes the waves incredible with the twin-stepped hull. It's got the performance. It also has the joystick and the bow thruster for all your docking capabilities. I mean, this really is a big package for what you're getting in a 37-foot boat.
Can we take it out?
Absolutely, let's go.
boats of this size, getting up on plane and how fast they can do that is a big selling point, and the Axopar really sets itself apart there.
Absolutely. With little to no bow rise, just increases the visibility so you can see what's out in front of you, which increases the safety aspect of the boat. It gets up on plane almost immediately. Here we have it. We're almost at 60 mile an hour. Full tank of fuel. Trimmed up. Wow. And look how quiet it is.
This is great, man.
Yeah.
Golly.
And now what's even so impressive is how well this thing corners. So you holding on, power through the corner at 50 mile an hour.
Oh yeah, baby.
It really is a performance boat. It's pretty cool how it all works together, and you know, it just really creates an awesome operating experience as well as with, you know, everybody on board.
But with the Axopar, this really is its own beast, its own brand. Talk about some of the finishes and some of the detail with Axopar that really set them apart.
So Axopar, they're about 10 years old. They really know what they're doing. It's pretty incredible, the quietness of the ride. Do not have a lot of rattles like you would traditionally on like an open bow boat or a cruiser. They integrate the Brabus trim line with the Axopar as well. So what that is, it just kind of gives you some bells and whistles, kind of makes it a little more sporty with the black rails and the upgraded upholstery. So it integrates some of that high-end luxury with Axopar.
So slick. So do you particularly have a favorite feature or a favorite?
So originally what caught my eye is these 37 cross cabin in the sun top. They both offer unique features in each one, you know. I mean, the cross cabin, it's got the all seasons boating. You can close it up. You can be boating in the fall. It's got a heater, it's got air conditioning, or you can open it up with the power top. This boat will go 60 miles an hour with these twin 350 V10s, which is incredible. You're getting a 360 view, you know, all the way around the boat. You've got a really good visibility, as well as, you know, obviously the really good features of the electronics from the Mercury integrates. It's really is kind of a pretty user-friendly vessel to operate.
It's a lot bigger than you might think. You see all of the seating in the back with the chairs, plenty of room up front and even in the cabin, but there's more tucked away up here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you got a full bed, shower, bathroom down there as well. So you can get out of the elements if you absolutely have to. Put the kids down for a nap. It has a 12-volt lithium battery AC system, so there's no generator to worry about, which is really cool. That'll last about 12 hours on a charge. All the technology that Axopar offers that we can service here at Surdyke Yamaha is integrated in.
What's something like this start at, like 800, 900,000?
No, well, that's what's so cool about Axopar. You get a lot of bang for your buck. It is less than $500,000.
Was that before packages and finishes? I mean, so there's no way this boat right here is under $500,000.
Absolutely, it is. You're gonna get the heater, the AC, the Brabus trim package, the twin 350 V10s with all the electronics, under $500,000.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making
Like good choices behind the wheel. Is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving.
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder.
We always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to. You're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that. Inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's new, it's here, and it's now. It's the Lake Expo app. You asked for it. Now Lake Expo is bringing it. Featuring more news, more real estate, with more boating and boats for sale, and more of what's happening at the lake. The Lake Expo app is feeding your need to know. Stay connected to the lake from anywhere. The lake is always just one click away. Download the Lake Expo app today, available on the App Store and Google Play.
You are invited to join Sir Dyke Yamaha for the annual Ride for Freedom. Join us as we honor the memory of 9/11 and thank Lake Area first responders, police, and military with a 150-mile boat and PWC ride to Truman Dam and back on Sunday, September 8th. We'll provide the rigs for military first responders and police. All donations go to local police and military charities. Ride for Freedom info and registration at SirDykeYamaha.com. We'll see you at the Sir Dyke Yamaha Ride for Freedom.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Back here on Lake TV as we get you ready for our second half of play as Versailles set to get the second half kickoff. They trail Eldon by a score of 13-0. I'm William Holtz, joined by Mike Bissell. And Mike, big shout out to our entire crew. Of course, we're up here, but switching our technical director in the truck, DOP Andrew Evans, David Leatherberry running our top camera angle. And on field cam, that shot you see right there, courtesy of Spencer Wall. Sierra Smith running graphics in the truck, running instant replay, and also replying to all of you guys on social media. Megan Albers, and of course Michelle Kitchen and Chris Schneider help us back in studio. Of course, station programmer and general manager. And we thank all of you for watching. Mike, we had some engagement coming through on social media. We had James, account named No Fakin', believe it or not. Jessica, Natalie, Thomas watching from Vegas, who graduated from Eldon in '84. Shane.
Thomas Rayner, I'll bet.
There you go, maybe Thomas Rayner, maybe. And then Shane, Danny, and on YouTube, Gaming Guys, and the second username I refuse to say on live TV. So
good move.
As the kickoff set for Eldon, and getting it away is Beckman, fielded right there by Reece Murdoch. He makes a couple guys look.
Look out.
Uh-oh. Here's Murdoch now outside. He's got a step inside the 40. Waits, cuts back across, and a big-time return. Reece Murdoch starts the second half with some fireworks for the Versailles Tigers.
Well, I give a lot of credit to Jalen Beckman there. He could have given up on that play, but he came all the way across the field and was able to chase Murdoch down, who had to stop, start, and cut back a little bit. But a huge return for Murdoch, and gives, well, that's the best field position by far that Versailles has enjoyed in this contest. And if they want to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of somebody making a play like that, like Reece Murdoch just did for the Versailles Tigers.
Yeah, 1st and 10, ball at the Eldon 26-yard line. Need a big start for Versailles. Well, hold my soda, I should say, as Reece Murdoch, big-time return, and here come the Tigers. Peck inside handoff, cutting back the other way. A nice tackle from behind that time for Eldon, number 21, Bryce Berenson. He made the stop, but that could have went for a lot more. Really a nice design trying to get outside for Versailles. Zeke Miller.
Yeah, he came from the weak side there and was able to chase that down from behind. It looked like it had been blocked very well initially. But Berenson made the play. He was one of the leading tacklers last week for the Eldon Mustangs against Fulton.
Yeah, I mean, big players make big-time plays, and your team's down 2 scores, and you start the second half with that kind of return. How about Reece Murdoch, man?
What an athlete.
Here goes Peck now. He's looking for Murdoch in the flat. Diving catch. Did he make it?
Yeah,
yes,
they signaled the catch.
Wow, and all the Eldon players, they were signaling incomplete. Let's get another look here. Talk about big players making big-time plays.
Ooh, that was a hold there, but no call.
Throw into the flat. Oh, what a grab by Reece Murdoch.
He caught that and rolled over immediately. If he doesn't roll there at the end, the ball's probably going to make contact with the ground, and they would not say a completed catch because the official was in perfect position.
So 3rd and 1 as they're inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. Peck going to hand it off to Murdoch, who lowers his head, and he's got first down yardage up to the 16-yard line. And Beck Wellness Center first down to the 16, and good play call. And that read option, you know, it just like it's called, it gives that quarterback the option to either let the running back keep it or tuck it if he feels like it gives him a better chance. But I like the decision. You give it to Murdoch, and he plunges forward, and here are the Tigers knocking on the door here, Mike. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Just underway in the second half. School of the Osage leading at Moberly 17-6. DePay made a nice interception deep in his own territory right at the end of the first half to keep that score in effect.
Oh, nice. Love to hear that. Here's Peck now. Pump fake, steps up in the pocket. Nice decision. Delivers a strike. Murdoch, I believe it was, down to the 10-yard line. So nice gain of 6 on first down, and really good decision from Ben Peck. He wanted to throw the fade route into the end zone. He was looking for Fletcher Bias. He decides to hold it. Look there. No, let's not do that. And then he just goes through his progression, finds his second option, and not often that Reece Murdoch is going to be your second option.
No, but no, he's usually 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But that was just a great job to be able to keep control of that ball as he brought it down. The tackle there by Eric Krantz.
2nd down and 4. Here's Peck now. Penalty flag down over the middle. Nice pitch and catch. And that is a first down to Zeke Miller.
Oh, what a time. I think this is going to be Versailles' first penalty of the night. I think the receiver in motion started toward the line of scrimmage. The same thing that happened earlier, but there was a quarterback sack, so they didn't take the penalty. Man, that negated a 1st and goal situation, and it really didn't affect the play in any way whatsoever other than the fact it negates the first down.
Yeah, those are plays that later, you know, you look back and those small errors like that, as you alluded to, 1st and goal from inside the 5 instead, 2nd and 10 from the 15. So Peck back there out of the shotgun. Dobbins split to his right. Peck takes the snap, gets rid of it into the flat, and almost intercepted. Knocked away. Hardy almost had that. Joey Bertelli did a nice job of turning into the defender and preventing a pick. As you look here on the Crown Power and Equipment replay,
Dobbins, who's done a great job blocking, made him a technical mistake there. You always block from the inside out. He had 2 blitzers coming in. You always take the inside guy, and he went to the outside guy instead. The inside guy got there first and really forced that errant pass.
So 3rd down and 9. Peck throws over the middle, and it was a jersey tug, but not a lot, as he was looking for Reece Murdoch in on the coverage. Jalen Beckman going to bring up 4th down and 9. Now Versailles still inside the Price Randall Injury Attorneys red zone, but I don't know what kind of special teams unit they've got. I mean, this would be a long one and down 2 scores. You got to roll the dice here. 4th down and 9.
34-yard field goal, something in that neighborhood. Yeah, you got to go for it here. Your best play to your best player, it's got to go to Murdoch, doesn't it?
Yeah, or at least put him in motion and try to draw the attention away. You get Fletcher Bias or someone open. They're going to roll to the right. Throwing into the flat. And errant throw knocked away. Falls incomplete, and after the turnover on downs, Eldon gets it back, and Cody Brown will be credited with the pass breakup, but that one never really had a shot, and Eldon's defense stands big after the big-time return for Reece Murdoch to start the second half. Versailles can't capitalize.
Yeah, the one thing about the rollout, unless you're John Elway in his prime, when you're rolling out to the right like that, and you just cut the field in half, and you've got three receivers over there, it just makes it easier. You don't have to worry about a receiver cutting back against the grain. It just makes it so much easier to play defense.
And first down carry now, Brisbane, I believe it is, with the first down carry, and dragging Versailles defenders. Big-time gainer, 13 yards, and a Beck Wellness Center first down for Eldon. And I think the logic there, and I don't know if it's right, Mike, but is when they constantly get pressure, you're trying to roll them out to give them more time. But when the secondary line of defense, that second level, is as fast as Eldon has been, it doesn't make a lot of difference. But big gainer on first down, and here come the Mustangs now. Split backfield, Evan Beanland back there. First down carry. This time it's Brisbane once again, big-time gainer across midfield, showing that second burst up to midfield and a 22-yard gain for another Beck Wellness Center first down. And the Mustangs now starting to catch a little rhythm.
Yeah, I thought they would go with the running game here a lot in the second half, and you can see their big linemen are starting to have some effect there. Owen Martin with a good block. They love to pull that offside guard and get him out there. Are we sure that wasn't maybe Landon Beanland on that last one? Hey, well, it doesn't matter. We got it.
I've gotten 28 and 29 mixed up a couple of times already. Now, that's
Brisbane.
Brisbane on the carry. Couple of yards there before he is sandwiched from a couple, and they're number 50 in on the stop for the Tigers, or for the Mustangs rather. Jackson Williams, the senior. We've called his name a handful of times as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam, and not sure what's going on, but all the Eldon student section in camouflage.
Maybe they're hunting turkeys in the morning or something. Is it turkey season?
It might be turkey season.
I wouldn't have any idea. They can come and hunt armadillos in my yard if they want to.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Another cutback run for Andrew Beanland. He stopped from behind. Nice stop in on the play, number 57. I believe that's
Shane Bright.
Yeah, the senior. And Bright, he did a nice job of limiting the second effort there, limiting it to a 3rd down and 4. Eldon, a 2-score lead with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. A cool night here in Eldon as the temperature drops, and I'm absolutely okay with it. It feels great, doesn't it?
Oh, it was hot in the parking lot last night, man, before that storm came through.
So Beanland takes the snap. Little read option, going to call his own number, and Versailles does a nice job of closing quickly.
Dobbins, what a great play. Bias in there as well.
Get another look here, and yeah, Dobbins and Bias. As you said, they combine for the stop, brings up 4th down and 1. And for Eldon, they'd love to keep this going. And for Versailles, they want to stay in this. They need to stop right here. Colin Brisbane gets the carry, and Versailles with the stop. And guess who? Once again, number 6, Gage Judd, with a big play for Versailles, and the Tigers get it back.
Rowan Allen really took on a blocker there and helped make that play, but you got the call. I think Raza actually was in on the play too to help out a great deal for Versailles. That's a huge stop, man.
And at the 6-minute mark, we take a break as Versailles gets it right back. We'll be back on Lake TV.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice. You boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful lakes. We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
So after the defensive stop, Versailles first and 10 at their own 42. We'll pass along some scores here for you in just a moment. Versailles goes back to that power I formation they started the game with. Now up under center.
And trying to figure out who's in there. Quarterback Fletcher Bias back in there, and he gives a pitch out to Reece Murdoch, who has 5 or 6 on first down. And so we've seen both in there at quarterback so far. And Pat, he got something going a little bit on that last series, and now Bias back in there. And the Tigers, a good play on first down, will give them 6 yards.
Got a couple other scores for you. A couple of schools that are just like 10 miles apart, Hallsville and Centralia. And Centralia leads that rivalry 24-8. California over Fulton 6-0. That's now a conference game.
Yeah, and love getting those local scores. We'll continue to keep you posted across the lake area. And on once again, that is Ty Morrison, the junior, with the carry. He's got 3 yards. And not used to seeing number 55 carry the rock.
No. You know, Matumbo maybe, you know, playing basketball. Yeah, there's nothing fancy about that running play whatsoever. That's just keep driving those legs and get positive yardage.
So 4:57 left, 3rd down and short. Tigers need a first down in a big way. Calling his own numbers, quarterback Fletcher Bias, and he's got first down yardage inside the 30 to the 28, and that play developed very quickly, and it's another Beck Wellness Center first down, this time for Versailles. And I mean, the nose tackle did not expect that, did he, Mike?
No, not at all. And a good save there at the end by Drayden DeLong, but man, that play just busted open. The center and right guard for Versailles just absolutely collapsed that center, and no hesitation whatsoever for Bias. He took advantage.
So up to the 28-yard line. That was a big gain for the senior. Fletcher Bias calling his own number, and he remains in there. Oh, and he's going to keep it on the multiple delayed draws, and he's got a couple of yards, but I'm not sure if that was a busted play or just didn't develop quite like it should. But
it's either busted play or one of the best fakes ever. That was just the straight bootleg out there by Bias. I think he gets positive yardage out of it, 3 and first down.
He fooled us, he fooled his team, and he still got 3 yards out of it.
Yeah, Coach, I got it. Don't worry, I got it all.
So ball's up to the 25, and I mean, it doesn't feel like it, but Versailles scores here. It's a 1-score ball game before the 4th quarter rolls in.
Yeah, and they let that last possession get away from them as well, too. But this has been a surprisingly close game.
Bias under center. He's looking.
Yeah,
man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, kind of a mix-up there. I think Bias maybe came away from center the wrong direction and went to hand the ball off to Morrison, who was really pretty much already by him when he was able to get the handoff away. And Morrison got something out of it anyway. Yeah, it's 3rd and 5.
Yep, couple of yards, keep the stick moving a little bit. 3rd down and 5, very manageable.
This is 4-down territory, too. There's no doubt about that. You wouldn't even think about punting in this situation. So see what you can get done, maybe keep the drive alive.
Nice cutback.
Wow, great cutback. Good call, Wayne.
All Reece Murdoch. It was good blocking up front, but it was a really good cutback that put Murdoch within a yard of that first down as the Tigers inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. And get a look here. You said it too, with that cutback twice back into the center of the line of scrimmage and close to where the ball was snapped from. He got good yardage, 4.5, and brings up 4th down and shy. Tigers obviously need this one here. 2:15 left in the 3rd. Bias fakes the handoff, calls his own number, still on his feet, inside the 5, down to the 3. Once again, Fletcher Bias.
I've never seen a draw play like that before. That was unusual. He fakes the handoff, and everybody just kind of stops, and actually the defender ran right by Bias, and he almost took it in.
That was a great run. He kept those legs moving, and after the 15-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, the Tigers have it 1st and goal at the 4-yard line, and Fletcher Bias carrying the Tigers down the field here. Been a really solid drive for Coach Dusty Daniels' squad.
Oh, it's busted, isn't it?
No, it's quick snap to Bias, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Fletcher Bias, the senior.
I think Versailles may have gotten a break there. I thought there was motion before the ball was snapped. We'll see what kind of look we've got at this. Yeah, I don't think they were set for a second. Hey, but I mean it counts. It's on the scoreboard, so there's no review here.
Into the end zone, the senior Fletcher Bias. How about it?
How impressive was he in this drive?
Yeah, it was 2 huge runs for him, one on 3rd down and one on 4th and 1. And then he goes into the end zone, and the Tigers on to attempt 2.
It's an odd-looking formation.
Reece Murdoch tries to get outside. He is in trouble. Quick closing speed, and Eldon's front too much. So after the Tiger touchdown with 1:29 left in the 3rd quarter, your score, Eldon still out in front, but it's getting closer, 13-6.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
We are back on Lake TV, and Mike, an impressive answer there for Versailles, and 13-6, we got ourselves a ball game.
Well, they got the stop down here, and maybe that turned the momentum a little bit for Versailles. And you go back and look at the only penalty they've had this game, killed the drive after the great return by Reece Murdoch. Or we might be looking at a tie game right here, but I think it tells you something about the kicking game for Versailles. If you're going for 2 in that situation, where 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points gets you the lead, and they went for 2. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll go back to that drive right there. Fletcher Bias 2 huge runs, then he took it in, and I mean 3 plays on that drive really defined the 3rd quarter, and Versailles within a score. But now Devin Hardy on the return across the 45, just like that, has it all the way up to the 46-yard line. And we talked about Devin Hardy every time he touches the football.
Well, he got hit up high around the shoulders, but he's only like 5'6", so that's hard not to do. Drake Schmidt on special team, a really good tackle for Versailles, but a great return by Hardy.
So 13-6, feels like we've got a whole new ball game, and Eldon now, their own 46-yard line, just 1:20 left in the 3rd quarter, and your timeout situation, both teams still a full arsenal of timeouts.
And here's something coming up in the 4th quarter, Versailles will have the win.
Yeah, worth noting, just in case we do see a tie ball game, or who knows. And here's the quarterback keeper, Beanland, and he gets taken down hard, but a pretty solid gain on 1st down. And Shane Bright with the stop for the Tigers after a 7-yard pickup.
Well, again, Eldon likes to pull that offside guard and get out in front, but just the cutback there by Evan gets a 7-yard pickup. Man, he got the full weight of that tackle, didn't he, at the end?
So 2nd down and short, still about a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. And for Eldon, I thought we might see a little more of those shots taken, but not a whole lot. As a busted play, but Evan Beanland makes the most of it on the read option. 2 guys ran into each other. He was able to pull it and still pick up a Beck Wellness Center 1st down as he takes it down to the Tiger 37-yard line.
Yeah, they don't put pictures on scoreboards, so it's a good thing there. That was not pretty. Again, I see Eldon using a lot of different people on their offensive line. Again, you would think that would take some effect as this game goes along into the fourth quarter.
Just 25 seconds left. Fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. Beanland gives it over to Brisbane, and Versailles closing quickly, and they're going to drop him for a loss. Officially in on the stop is Dobbins, but half of the Tigers defense in on that play, and that goes for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Shane Bright is the one who got the initial penetration there and made him give up a lot of ground, slow to play down, blocking the back too. They may have been close enough to the line of scrimmage, you wouldn't count that, but anyway, that's the end of the third quarter.
What a game we've got, 13-6 your score. Don't go anywhere. We still have an entire fourth quarter of play on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
And we welcome you back to what's shaping up to be a real barn burner. Well, at least a competitive one here in Eldon, where Versailles, they score in the third quarter, your lone scoring, and cut the lead essentially in half. It's 13-6 as we start the fourth quarter. Eldon has it second down and 14 after a 4-yard loss on the final play of the third quarter. So Evan Beanland now, as they flip sides, throws into the flat. Andrew Beanland makes a nice cut, and he runs into a couple of Versailles defenders. First guy there in on the stop, Dalton Rassa. He's been good tonight, a couple of stops, and about 2 yards after that looked like it had some real potential.
It did. It looked like there was a real gap there. But I say this about Versailles. They've played good assignment football. They've stayed at home. Good play there by Dobbins to make him cut back into the middle, into the traffic. And a big third down here for Eldon.
So third down and long, Versailles. Always interested to see some separation off the line with the wide receivers in one press. So stepping up is Beanland. He's looking deep, and yeah, you're going to see pass interference every time, and not going to love it is Ben Peck, who's going to get called on the Bruce and Kelly real estate penalty flag, but you got to turn your head around.
Exactly. I mean, he played it very, very well. You got to have your teammates yelling right now, ball, ball, ball. If he turns his head, that's a good play. But if you're not playing the ball, you're going to get that flag every time.
And that's so hard, but that's why you teach that, right? Is, you know, you didn't really make contact, but if you don't turn your head around, the receiver knows to make it appear you prevent him from getting back to the football. And whether it really was, the official has to throw that flag.
Yeah, if you're not playing the ball, then you're interfering when you make contact. It's just a very simple call by the official. And that was on 3rd and 12. That was a huge play.
And really, as you said, great coverage. You just got to get that head turned around. And the ball slightly underthrown, which ended up working out in the favor of the Mustangs. First down carry, Andrew Beanland. Nice cut back, as we've become very accustomed to seeing. And also, we've seen all night is Versailles close quickly and limit him, and he only gets 1 or 2.
Yeah, Krantz that time, we got players shaking up there, but Krantz was playing the heavy position to block, and he cut off it very well. But again, Versailles pursuing the ball very well. Watch Krantz get upfield to get a block, but Versailles staying at home. What a great play there again by Raza.
Yeah, and also in on the stop, Rowan Allen. So we'll take a commercial break as they check out the injured player on the field. We'll be back after this.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid, just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Welcome you back on Lake TV as we get another look at our Ozark Homes fan cam. It was Andrew Beanland shaken up, and he is one tough kid. He was able to come off the field under his own power. So after the stoppage, the clock continues to roll inside 11 minutes, and it's 2nd and 9 for Eldon. And although this game is close, Eldon has been consistently sticking to their game plan from the start tonight. They're knocking on the door once again, 2nd down and 9. Beanland, the quick handoff, and oh, nice tackle. I thought the ball almost came out as Colin Brisbane has 1st down yardage up to the 14-yard line. Another Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and Eldon now back inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone as we get another look at that.
Brisbane, a good, quick running back for the Eldon Mustangs. They have quite the stable of them, don't they?
Yeah, I really like Colin Brisbane. Of course, you love Landon Beanland. You like what you see from Andrew Beanland. We've seen Jaden Beckman on both sides of the football. But, you know, Brisbane, he stood out to me a couple of times already tonight.
Well, this is kind of the ball game here. If Versailles gets a stop, we've got a game. If not, well, it's probably Eldon's to lose. Brisbane again on a quick opener.
Just tripped up. I think he had touchdown aspirations and got a little ahead of himself. I don't know if it was a Versailles player that tripped him up or if he just went down, but just a couple of yards.
Well, Eldon with 4 penalties for 40 yards in that first half. They have not been, well, he did just kind of trip over the 13-yard line there, but no penalties in the second half and no turnovers for the game.
And I think that Coach Nick Griffin will absolutely take those numbers so long as they translate to a W. And uh-oh, look out, ball's on the turf, and it is. Oh, I think Eldon might have gotten real lucky.
And that ball could have gone anywhere off the shoulder pad of Evan up in the air.
And Eldon fortunate. Evan Beanland falls on it. Right there was Bright. He thought he had it, but Beanland got a gift. It fell right under him, and Eldon maintains possession, but that was almost the break Versailles desperately needed. But Mike, it still puts Eldon back to a 3rd and 15 or 16 right here. So Eldon, they caught a break, and hopefully Eldon catches a break, and for Versailles, their defense has a chance to make a big-time play here.
Landon Beanland in the backfield now with Evan.
And there's a little screen. Look out. Landon Beanland still on his feet. Now ball's on the turf, and Versailles has it.
Well, just all kinds of craziness on that play. Did I see a flag come in someplace?
I don't see a flag on the field, and recovering the fumble, Joey Bertelli in Versailles has life, Mike.
Well, they ran a throwback where you're showing you're going to the right with everything, then throw back to Landon. He cuts up the field. We're going to have a good look at the fumble here. Oh, just a great strip from behind. And I think
that's Raza. Raza, yeah. Dalton Raza, the junior. How about it, Mike?
That was a game-saving play as Eldon had drawn up the play and executed it in high school and college, you can have linemen downfield if you throw the pass behind the line of scrimmage. And the linemen had all got down there and through the blocks, but what a play by Raza.
And now 95 yards between Versailles and an opportunity to tie this. Bias now. Ooh, he is waylaid. He wanted to pitch it out, but at the point in time he tried, Krantz had closed the door. He did have Murdoch to the outside, but 3-yard pickup for Fletcher Bias. And Mike, I mean, this is no easy order of business here for Versailles. Backed up 1st down and 5, 1st down and 10 inside their own 5-yard line. They've got a ways to go, but how about the stop, giving them an opportunity?
First turnover, we just had talked about that. First turnover of the night for Eldon, only the 2nd of the game.
And they just barely avoided disaster the play or two before. A little read option now. Bias flips outside, no chance. Devin
Hardy, what a play.
Sniffed that from the start, and by the time Reece Murdoch caught the pitch, Devin Hardy's helmet was in his thigh. That goes for a 5-yard loss. Going to bring up 3rd down and long.
It's going to be coming right at you here. And watch Hardy beat the block and get outside and form tackle, brother. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, and Reece Murdoch, I mean, he's no easy guy to take down, and he absolutely knew what to do. He went low and stopped him. So 3rd down and 10, Mike. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Versailles.
I'd almost call a timeout here. I mean, you got to, man. The play clock was running down, but this has got to be the play. I mean, you really can't go for it on 4th down here if you come up short. I think you've got to make sure that you've got the play here that gives you a chance to keep this drive alive.
Yep, so we'll take a commercial break and be right back with this 3rd down and 11.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
To welcome you back for 3rd down and 11. Peck takes a shot. No! Reece Murdoch pulls it down one-handed across the 40, across midfield, and finally pushed out at the 32-yard line. A huge time gainer, and it was Reece Murdoch who jumped up and pulled it out of the air with 1 minute. How about the senior?
65 yards. The play. Watch this. He actually had to stop. He got tangled up with the defender. I'm not sure if he'll be in frame or not. You've got to throw the ball. He had stopped and just went up and took it away with one hand.
And it was Ben Peck back in there. They feel like Bias gives him the better chance on the ground. 3rd down and long, Ben Peck, and he took a shot from his end zone, ended up on his back, but gave Reece Murdoch a shot, and the Tigers are cooking. 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I mean, seriously, Reece with one hand falling back.
And that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, it's illegal motion, I think.
And another nice gain. Murdoch gets 5 or 6, but an illegal shift on the Bruce and Kelly penalty flag.
Illegal shift against the Tigers.
Yeah, and then Krantz at the end here cleans somebody up. Number 44. Yeah, get on my way, buddy.
So after
He's a player, man.
Bruce and Kelly real estate team penalty flag, 1st down and 15. But, I mean, how about this turn of events, Mike, this last 4 plays?
You've got a chance. I mean, that's all you can ask for with 6-19 when you got housed the week before by Knob Nostrum. You've got a serious, legitimate chance to win this game.
And if you're just tuning in, Eldon, they were up 13-0, had the football. Versailles gets a stop and scores. Eldon had the ball, almost goal-to-go situation, and Versailles gets a takeaway, and here they go, and now...
Timeout somebody.
I think Eldon...
Official, we got the 6 minute.
You are correct. So the 6 minute mark for the, I guess, hydration timeout.
I'm okay with it. I think it's a great idea. But don't stop the momentum. Let the play go anyway. I mean, I don't care for it that way.
Yep. So with 6 minutes to go in this one, Versailles finds themselves down, but on the road, Mike, they've given themselves a chance. And so for first-year head coach Dusty Daniels, he had the troops rallied and ready to go tonight, and they've been right in there. And if you're first-year head coach Nick Griffin on the other side, you're at home. We won big a week ago. We're expected to win big tonight. What do you tell your guys right here in this timeout? What are you telling them?
Hey, focus. I mean, stay what you've done. I mean, look at, the catch probability for Murdoch there was probably, what, 2% maybe? Just keep doing what you're doing. Play your assignment. Don't get caught trying to make a play and taking yourself out of position and leaving someone open for a big gain. You've got to trust in what the process is and what you've done in practice.
So a really exciting game here in week 2 on Lake TV for our game of the week. Yeah, I mean, we certainly were not anticipating a super low-scoring affair, but we weren't expecting Versailles to be knocking on the door here with an opportunity to tie it with 6 minutes to go in the 4th. Peck takes the snap, throws over the middle. He's got his man, and that's good for about 8 or 9 yards.
Ian Smith. Nice route. I love the slants. Stay in the pocket, hit the quick slants, and Smith with a nice game there.
So about 9 or 10, going to bring up 2nd down and 6 to the 26-yard line. And I like that as well. Within rhythm, it's quick, not a lot of risk, just throwing it low and over the middle. And if you got those receivers that can make those plays, by all means. And 2nd down, 5:14 left. Some communication at the line from Ben Peck.
Ooh, look out. Well, they could have called that.
Peck now going to keep it. Ooh. Lowers his head, and I believe he's got close to 1st down yardage up to the 21-yard line. We're going to give him 5 to bring up a 3rd down and 1. And you think Versailles got away with one, maybe?
Yeah, I thought there was motion. I didn't think the one guy who had set himself, and the officials are right there, and they know the rules better than I do, that's for sure.
I like the footwork there from Peck. He was patient. Looked like it was sealed on the edge. He cut back and took what they gave him. Down and 2.
It's 4 down territory, so you can go power football here if you can.
Bottom half is Bertelli. Run up the middle, and it's a Beck Wellness Center 1st down for the Tigers as Peck calls his own number. And how about this drive? The Tigers, when they were backed up against a wall, 3rd down and 11 at their own 4-yard line. And it was Reece Murdoch for 60 yards, and the Tigers keeping that momentum going with about 4 minutes left.
Brady that time following the quarterback. I think they were Brady Dobbins, I should say, were kind of following each other into the hole, but Versailles keeps it alive. 2 timeouts remaining, under 4 minutes, and a 7-point game.
Now Bias in there. He's got the read option, going to call his own number, and he's got a solid gain, 3 or 4 yards.
When it's 4 down territory the rest of the way here, so a 3-yard pickup there is a good pickup. That's that kind of draw play almost with the quarterback, where he fakes the handoff and then kind of steps into the hole in a void there that's created by the running back coming off tackle.
Yeah.
Odd-looking play, but it's been relatively successful for Versailles.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to identify where the football is, especially when you're cheating or guessing the snap count.
Tough running inside.
Yeah, Morrison. Number 55, once again, the junior, Ty Morrison. He's got a solid game. We'll give him 2 or 3. We'll bring a 3rd down and 5 here as we're inside 3 minutes to go. And you want to try to step in there and tackle Morrison?
No. I would probably get hurt running out on the field, much less getting in front of him. So, no, I don't think I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, what a game this one is shaping up to be. Two young teams battling it out here. Former conference opponents, played a lot of times. And Mike, actually Versailles holds a slight advantage in the all-time head-to-head record.
That play just didn't look good from the start. So it's going to come down to a 4th down here. And getting that carry, I think once again, was Ian Smith?
No, Fletcher Bias.
Okay, he held on to
keeps it. So 4th down and about 5. And in there, number 27, I see Zeke Miller, the junior, in there too. And Zeke Miller, he's gotten some time tonight along with Reece Murdoch. And Mike, on 4th down and 4, you're inside 2 minutes. Obviously, ball game on the line. You going to Reece Murdoch?
You got to go to your best player here, but maybe you could play something off of that as well, too. Make them overcommit to him. There's going to be a timeout called. I could see him make a case for both teams wanting to call a timeout and talk about it, but it will be Versailles.
So Versailles calls their second timeout with 1:41 left. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Lake TV with the rest of our Game of the Week.
During this timeout, play of the game coming up for Versailles and Eldon. Let's check some scores from the area. Branson Pirates, I think they are, 35-0 over Camden through 3. California leading Fulton 14-0. Southern Boone is over Mexico 14-0. And Osage has widened their lead, and they're looking very good going into the 4th quarter to get to 2-0. They lead the Spartans of Moberly 24-6.
And here's a bold Shannon Jolly move. I just got word, up 24-6 with 9:34 left in the 4th quarter. He converted a 4th down fake punt attempt.
Really? Shannon getting all crazy.
So here's a big one on 4th down. Fletcher Bias.
They may be trying to draw them off here. Nope.
Oh,
he's got a man in the end zone. Oh, couldn't get rid of it.
Throws it, it's the end zone, touchdown. It is Reece Murdoch. Unbelievable. Fletcher Bias waited, eluded a would-be defender, and now for the Tigers, you're down 1 with 1:34 left.
Yeah, he rolls out here, and again, rolling to his left, a right-handed quarterback. He had a man right there, but he can't get rid of the ball. Then just underneath the guy who was wide open in the end zone, Ben Beck. There's Murdoch open, and you're going for 2 for the win, apparently.
Wow. Well, at least the lead with 1:34 remaining, and the Tigers do the improbable, Mike. They go 95 yards in about 4.5 minutes to pull to within 1. And now Coach Dusty Daniels
This
says,
is the ball game.
Let's go for 2.
Playing for the win.
Bias going to call his own number up the middle.
No signal. Boy, I don't think either official. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any sense here, but I don't think either official got a good look at that.
I don't either. And from both sidelines, both coaches didn't know. And now for the Tigers, they're down a point. And for Eldon, they can, for a second, breathe a little bit with a 1-point lead, 1:34 left.
I can bring this up, though, but a safety loses the ball game for you. Let's see if Sean's got he was down there, man. We'll see if we got a good look at that.
Well, it's Spencer tonight down in on that, and I don't know if we'll have another look. We will take a commercial break, and we'll show you what we've got when we return on Lake TV.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
as we welcome you back to an absolute thrilling game tonight. 13-12. We're going to get another look at the extra point attempt. This is the best look we've got. We can't really show you, and not a whole lot. Nope, this official here came in and said nope.
But he was running right on the goal line, and I made an incredible mistake there. Obviously, that was the extra point, so the ball doesn't stay inside the 1 yard line. So onside, it has to be an onside kick here.
Yeah, only one timeout left for Versailles, and they're going to try a little squib, and it's loose. I think there's an opportunity, and who's got it? Did Eldon come up with it? I think
everybody
they did.
Just was moving in slow motion there. I think for Eldon, Jackson Williams, Krantz. Yeah, Krantz was there.
Comes up with a big play, and with
slow motion. Look at this. Everybody just kind of, okay, I need to get there eventually, I guess. Well, Krantz was the only one who aggressively went to the ball.
Yeah, and he, like you said, everyone else kind of wanted to stay out of harm's way, and big-time play. Eric Krantz, the senior, makes the play for the Mustangs and presumably gives them a 1-point win unless something crazy happens. And 25 seconds between plays, so you could still get the ball back with about 30 seconds and no timeouts.
It can be more than 25 seconds because the official will spot the ball and then pump his fist for the 25-second clock.
So Versailles needs a miracle. First down carry up the middle. And that is Brisbane, Colin Brisbane, the sophomore. We've been impressed by what we've seen from him. And Coach Daniels calls his final timeout in tonight's game. Now 13-12, we told you the score. Eldon has a 1-point lead. But Versailles gave it a valiant effort up to this point. And for Eldon, they are going to be happy to escape week 2 with a 2-0 record. I'm not sure that Coach Nick Griffin likes some of the penalties and that late turnover, but a win's a win.
Yeah, I mean, everybody we talked to, was saying, man, I just hope we don't, we can avoid getting shut out or, turbo clock in the fourth quarter. I mean, you got to give it to the Versailles coaching staff here. I mean, Eldon was so impressive with their opening round win against a Fulton team that's improving, a program that's improving. But boy, Versailles' effort. I mean, they're going to win some games in their conference if they can get some effort like this.
Yeah, and I think tonight you could say Jalen Beckman, if Eldon holds on, gets the player of the game. Evan Beanland had a good game. But for Versailles, don't forget Fletcher Bias and what he did in the second half for Versailles with the 3 big runs, including the touchdown run. Now second down and a big-time tackle. The outside Dobbins says, hey, not over yet. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4, and kind of used to seeing that from Brady Dobbins.
And he just came from behind. They pull the guard so much. Watch the right guard pull and try to get out in front. He just trails the play and makes a great tackle there on Brisbane.
So 3rd down and 3, and yeah, that play clock actually starts at 35 or 40, and so still plenty of time left, and we'll be inside 40 seconds to play by the time they snap this ball.
And that's the ball game. So a good quick run off left tackle following the block out there by Zach DeVolt. And a first down. Now Eldon can just take a knee.
Yeah, Colin Brisbane with the Beck Wellness Center first down. That will seal it, but a really good game tonight in week 2. Mike, you take it home and head down to the field for our post-game show with Thomas Construction. We'll have our player of the game as well as Nick Griffin, first-year head coach for the Eldon Mustangs.
Sounds good. Oh, I'm not sure. They reset the play clock here. I'm not sure that Eldon. Okay, the game's over, guys. I'm just going to manipulate the clock. And that certainly appears to be the case here. What an entertaining game this has been here tonight. Eldon goes to 2-0, but I think they had expectations of a little less drama than you would expect against this Versailles team. They got beaten up pretty bad last week against Knob Noster. And by the way, all 3 of those teams that I just mentioned, they're all in the same district. Versailles lost 40-0 to Knob Noster. And Versailles will play Butler next. We'll see Versailles a couple of more times this season. We'll see Eldon in 2 weeks as they go down to school, the Osage. And next week, we'll have our first look at Camdenton. Camdenton kind of taking it on the chin tonight down at Branson. And we'll see them against Sedalia Smith Cotton next Friday night. Our post-game show is coming up in just a bit. I'll have a look at the final stats, highly unofficial. And William, of course, may get a chance to talk to both coaches here. We'll see how that works out. This is Lake TV.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident?
Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day You live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
I understand that this is a beautiful dock that was already built and you guys have added on. So go ahead and tell us about the process and the history of the dock.
When we first bought the house, the existing dock had 2 slips in it, and then we kind of made it our own from there. One of our first features that we did is one of my favorites is this custom-made tiki bar. Kind of brought that Caribbean feel from the pool down to the dock and just set that chillaxing tone down here right away for us. Every time we go to a tropical vacation or a fun beach bar that has a cool little sign, we add it to our collection in the inside of the dock house. They're plastered all over the wall with all kinds of sayings like no working during drinking hours and that kind of fun stuff. When you have families and kids on a dock, one thing we noticed right away was it got very hot, so I had them put this cool decking in, so that made a big difference in being able to actually enjoy the dock on a hot day.
I love how much sitting area is on this dock.
That might be Kevin's favorite spot. When I can't find him in the morning and I happen to peek down here, he's sitting right here watching the TV on a Saturday morning.
Here, that's where Kev was at, was
Exactly.
right here watching the races, and I don't blame him with this fan and this cool day we've got. And the one thing I thought was cool was the little floaty guy with the seats over there. What's that guy?
That's called a floating boat, B-O-T-E dock. It's got the 4 lounge chairs on it. Kids love it, adults love it. We just go out cocktail in hand and enjoy the calmness of sitting on the lake watching the boats go by.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid, just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
Back here on our Thomas Construction post-game show, and I got Eldon head coach Nick Griffin. And coach, you guys got the W. For you talking to your team, what was your message to your team after starting 2-0?
You know, we just got to come in with a better mindset. You know, we got outplayed. We didn't execute very well. Thought that we could just show up and get a win, and that's good teams don't do that. They come in and they play hard, and they prove that they're the best team, and we're just not doing that yet, but we're getting there. So it was a learning thing for us.
So and still leave with the 2-0 record. I know there's got to be some satisfaction there.
Yeah, win's a win. I mean, wins are hard to come by. We'll take them all. You know, good, bad, or ugly. We'll learn from it. We'll come back better, a stronger team. And the kids, I know, I told them to celebrate it, but I don't know if they will very much. They're ready to come back Monday and get to work because they know that that wasn't their best performance.
All right, now you get to play again here this week in front of a great home crowd for your first 2 weeks of being the Eldon head football coach. What do you think about the Eldon faithful?
This community's awesome. You know, they come out and support, and they love football. I love it. I love every part of it. It's what I think of when I think of Friday Night Lights, and very blessed to be here.
That's Nick Griffin, the 2-0 head coach of the Eldon Mustangs. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll take just a minute. We'll be right back here on Lake TV with our MoDOT Buckle Up, Phones Down Player of the Game.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Back here on Lake TV for our Thomas Construction post-game show. Now we've heard from Eldon head coach Nick Griffin after the 14-13 W. And now we've got our MoDOT Show Me Zero, or Buckle Up, Phones Down Player of the Game, and Jalen Beckman. We've been here before, and I know that you guys weren't super satisfied, but to get the W and start 2-0, that's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it feels really great. I know we've got to put in a lot of work next week. Just got to come back, laser focus, and win's a win, man.
All right, so on your touchdown pass, you bobbled it a little bit, but somehow we're able to haul it in. Walk us through that play.
It was just all instincts. My quarterback, Evan Beelan, is really good. He puts the ball where it needs to be. Just great catch, just good instincts, I guess.
So I got to talk with your coach now. I got to talk with you. And even though you guys are 2-0, I get the sense that you guys aren't satisfied. So how good can this year's Eldon Mustangs team be?
I know the Pregame predicted us 5-4, but I mean, we want more. We want that 10-0. We want to win districts. So it don't matter who in our district. We're still going to fight to the end. It's just plain and simple. We got to just keep working every day.
That is Eldon Mustangs. Jalen Beckman, he's tonight Buckle Up's Phone Down Player of the Game. Jalen, hey man, congratulations and go enjoy that 2-0 start.
Thank you.
Hey, my friends, William Holtz here at Lake TV. This reminder, just to do these 4 simple things: slow down, buckle up, put your phones down, and drink, or don't drink, drive sober. This reminder brought to you by MoDOT. These simple decisions, my friend, will save lives. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back here on Lake TV with the rest of our Thomas Construction postgame show.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Eldon, and the Eldon Mustangs hang on literally for the 13-12 win over the Versailles Tigers. Versailles goes to 0-2, but they earned a lot of self-respect here tonight. And Eldon gets to 2-0 And we'll take a look at the statistics now. Highly unofficial. Peck had a couple of, actually 5 carries for 4 yards. Murdoch, Reece, had 8 carries for 24 yards. Bias 11 for 61. Most of this offense for Versailles came in the second half. Dobbins 1 carry, 0 net yards. Morrison had 5 for 13. So 102 yards rushing for Versailles on 30 attempts. They did not fumble the ball. Most of that yardage, 76 yards of that, came in the second half of play. The passing stats for the Versailles Tigers with their 2 different quarterbacks who worked there. Nice defensive play by Versailles on that highlight. Murdoch, 6 catches, 94 yards, almost all of that coming in the second half. And he had the catch of the year and maybe for the season as well, too, to give Versailles a chance to get that win. The 65-yarder had an 11-yard touchdown catch as well. 6 for 94. Bias 1 for 5. Smith 1 for 7. So 106 through the air. 208 net from scrimmage for Versailles. Look at this play here. What? There's the catch. There's the catch left that give Versailles a chance to get the win here. Smith again had a 7-yard catch as well. So 102 rushing, 106 through the air, 208 net, and Versailles only had 34 yards in the first half of play, so about 170 something in the second half. So Versailles got the offense clicking a little bit. 3 penalties for 25 yards. All those came in the second half, and the 1 turnover, that was in the first half, the interception. For the Eldon Mustangs under head coach Nick Griffin, 11 carries for 45 yards for Andrew Beanland. Evan had 8 for 31. Brisbane, a lot of carries in the second half, had 10 for 63. 151 yards rushing for the Eldon Mustangs on 32 attempts. They had 1 fumble. The passing stats, very efficient. 3 for 48 for Beckman, 2 for 5 for Andrew. Devin Hardy had the 1 big catch for 57 yards. Brisbane 1 for 24. And Landon Beanland had 1 for 12 yards. 146 through the air for the Eldon Mustangs. 151 rushing, good total, 297, but they were not able to get to the end zone in the second half. Most very balanced attack for both teams in this game. Eldon had 4 penalties in the first half for 40 yards, but no penalties in the second half, so they kind of flipped the script, the 2 teams there in the second half of play. Again, Schooley Osage was winning. Camdenton was down quite a bit down at Branson. California was getting a win over Fulton. And next week, we'll have Camdenton for the first time. They'll try to bounce back next week against the Smith Cotton Tigers. That'll be in Camdenton. 6:30 with the pregame show and 7 o'clock with the kickoff. Our next look at Eldon will be in a couple weeks as they take on Schooley Osage. Let's run over our other teams. Versailles will have Butler in their next game. Again, Osage will be at Blair Oaks, and Camdenton is our broadcast game. Eldon will be at Owensville to take on the Dutchman. 13-12, Eldon squeaks out the win over Versailles here tonight. For our entire Lake TV crew, William, I'm Mike. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next Friday night. Good night.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
In this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
I'm Chris Schneider, and it's time to go back in time. Let's take a trip into the Lake TV archives for some classic video. Of course, one of the best things to do in the summer at the Lake of the Ozarks is to get out on the water. There are smart ways to do that and dangerous ways to do that. Lake TV's Kevin KB Burns went on a ride-along with Trooper Brian Geyer of the Missouri State Water Patrol in the summer of 2021. We hope you enjoy this Lake TV classic video.
We appreciate you joining us here on this beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks with What's Burning on Lake TV. KB here, Trooper Brian Geyer. He's going to take us out for a ride-along on the Lake of the Ozarks. As you can see, got my life jacket on. I don't get on a boat without a life jacket.